everyone, and welcome to Red City Crit. I am the Dungeon Master Harda, and joining me are my usual roll of players. We have a vast selection of us here today. Let's start off with I didn't even think about this.
Quickly. Whatever comes out of your mouth, just say it.
No. So many inappropriate things go through my head at all times.
Given the conversation we had earlier, I'm tempted to say the person that's most autistic.
That seems too personal. That seems inappropriate.
Compared to what? Because, like, the only things we're not allowed to do on Twitch is, like, racism and
God,
shit.
I'm a horrible person. You've no idea the things that go on inside this brain of mine. Unspeakable things.
Most racist.
No, that's not what we're doing. It's not all I can think of.
No. Is it better worse than the most autistic? Because that's the conversation we were having earlier.
The one with the longest playlist on Spotify.
This week.
Oh, the week after Christmas? That's unfair.
Yeah.
How much veg? I feel like I've eaten quite a lot of vegetable this week.
Are we going low to high?
Yeah.
Potatoes are a vegetable, right?
High to low. It's got to be the shame of I eat no vegetables has to be last place.
No, I think Will's gonna get me on this because Will can't eat food.
So most to least vegetables.
I'll go then. I just want to play D&D. Hi, my name is George. I really want to play D&D, and we're already like half an hour in, and we haven't played D&D yet. And I play Atlas Moreau. She's an Owlin Druid, and I would really like to play her. On to the next Veg Eater.
I will go next. Hi, I'm Anthony. I play Barrow Starkhoof, the State of Rogue Fighter, and I will pass it on to the next person.
Well, me and Mary share meals, so I'll
you
go
have to
then
speak
you can go.
You have to speak at exactly the same time and introduce them like at the same time. Ready? 3.
Okay. We introduce
2, 1.
We introduce our names and then the characters.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Hello, my name is Ryan and I play Cyrus Revenmar, the ASMR Barbarian. Go, Mary.
Hi, I'm Mary. I play Astra, the ASMR Cleric, and the least vegetable person.
Most?
Will, how are you the least vegetable eater? You can only eat like 5 things and most of them are vegetable.
Because you fucked up the word. You fucked it up by going first.
I want to play Dungeons and Dragons, Ryan!
Okay, everyone, this is Will. He plays Volgir the Durgar Ranger. Let's play D&D.
Woo!
To me, you were pointing at Anthony. So.
To me, you're pointing to the flag.
On the screen.
We're all set up differently on like Discord to how we are in the stream, though.
Yeah.
Who am I pointing at right now?
You're pointing at Will.
Anthony.
Okay. So I'm pointing at Will on the stream.
Will
so
on the stream.
That's Volgar up there.
Or in whichever direction he is from me.
You were right for a moment.
I was about to say, Ryan, you did this and started pointing at yourself. I'm certain that you aren't me.
I am Will.
Not you.
We're all learning things.
I am Spartacus.
I did almost descend on you last night.
Pardon?
My van
Whoa,
broke down.
Jesus. In front of his girlfriend.
Descend on the two of you, just like, hello.
Whoa, Jesus. Okay, can we play D&D?
As always, things taking a horny turn. It's now time to play Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't need to hear about your threesome. Can we just play D&D?
Alrighty. So, what's going to happen previously?
We fought some Illithids and we won. We won-ish. I mean, the entirety of Tilm was lost. Oops. Our bad, I guess. But
we tried.
We stole a Tev. We stole some elves. Rescued some elves. We took some folks.
Like 1% of the population.
That's better than 0. We saved
as many named NPCs as we could.
Look, we saved some terrorists. We saved a gladiator. We saved a fuck ton of prostitutes.
Yes.
Good job. Those are the important members of society. The terrorists and the prostitutes.
And the second most important thing is we somehow didn't get caught by the on the way out.
We stole a ship. We flew away. Atlas came in clutch with a chimera, landing. And yeah,
Hope
we
the
all
ASMR are afraid of
survived.
needles.
Cyrus nearly got needled in the face. Got some tentacle action.
Unwanted tentacle action, but tentacle action all the same.
Yep. Atlas nearly got tadpoled, but she did not. Our boy Toa managed to tank 2 wisdom saves to not turn against us, and then an intelligence save? An intelligence save? What a good boy, girl, they. And now we're safe and nothing bad's ever gonna happen again, right?
We're floating through the expanse, cleaning up bodies, and checking the Tev.
I am very hurt.
I am very need sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just.
It's gonna be like,
sleep.
okay,
Power
first
nap.
port of call, nappy nap time.
Bear nap.
Okay. Yeah, so you all are currently on board the Steel Horizon, which I believe you have a new name for.
Yeah, but I don't think we've named it in game yet.
Okay, cool.
No.
Then the Steel Horizon, it still remains. You have just star shifted,
We just stole the Steel Horizon.
and you have ended up in a new sector of space. You've left the Elven sector of the Carius Nebula behind. You've star shifted completely out of that solar system, out of that sector, which is entirely into the new sector. Beros, as the ship slows down, you get a moment to kind of take in the surroundings. It is a beautiful sight. You see there is just from all across the glass that covers the actual like windows here that like open up from the main ship itself. You see this beautiful stretching vibrant like nebula space. You see cosmic storms, luminous interstellar clouds all crackling along the place, and you also see a beautiful glowing celestial body, this gentle iridescent light that casts like an ethereal twilight glow across the cosmic landscape around it. The ship does some minor identification. It tells you your location, it has a readout on the HUD. It says that you're currently in the Solitude Enigma sector. And the star that you can see, the lone star in this actual sector itself, or at least the most bright star, I will say, is labeled as the Eldorian.
Yeah. I think in that moment I'll kind of just turn around to Volver, who's probably still sat next to me, piloting. And I'll kind of just lean back and be like, it's good to be home, eh?
Don't know whether I consider it home, but it's always nice to see the open in front of me.
Sorry, I'm having some internet issues here.
Damn.
Shit.
Just a quick question: did anything come through? Because I've noticed my mic on Discord.
I heard like the start of your.
Okay.
Discord's having a bit of a paddy right now.
Sentence, and then I was like, right. I'm good on my end. I'm on 30 milliseconds.
I'm alright, but the things struggling over around, so.
I heard it's not. I'm not sure if I would call it home just yet. And then.
That's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I do enjoy the openness, the vast opportunities in front of you. Much more than what you see on a general planet. You never know where it might take you. Suppose that's probably why you kind of like it, Beros. Is it?
The freedom. I've not really called anywhere home for a long time, at least not anywhere on the planet.
I don't know if I still have a home. So this might as well be my second home.
Well, it's a better home than some, at least.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Right, we've got a lot of work to do. There's a lot of dead bodies still laying around.
Yes. I think this thing's on autopilot, I'm guessing.
For now, unless we come across any asteroid fields or solar storms, but we seem to be good for now.
Yeah, the ship at the moment, because they're basically, Barrosh, you would know, because you just star shifted, you need to give the ship 24 hours before you can successfully star shift again. You can push it and try to star shift, but there is a chance that you do damage to the engine if you go too early.
So we're cruising now.
Basically, you're not
Just
even
cruising.
You can like literally find like a place to like just set up, and just the ship can just sit static and just like, you know, drift, or you can, you know, set a course to like keep moving, or it's up to yourselves.
I think we can probably set it static for now, just while we settle in and get everything kind of ready for this to be home for a little while.
You could head towards the star if you wanted, the Eldorian, and see if there's anything around in orbit of that might be interesting, or you could, you know, just stay out in deep, kind of more deep space.
I'm just throwing some healing spells at the Chimera.
I think while we're
slept?
kind of like...
You've not
No, we
slept.
haven't slept yet.
I think while we're taking a minute, maybe keeping into deep space might be a good idea, just to kind of avoid anything
Yeah.
major.
Is there any way we could set up like an alarm system if something is to like enter within our radar?
Yet that would partially be the role of someone who was basically taking on the captain's role of an off-board hazard check. So you need someone actively watching the radar, watching the readouts and stuff like that, and seeing it being detected, and then, like, you know.
Well, as much as rest is needed, we're gonna have to split up into some sort of shifts. We can't have everybody going to sleep at once, otherwise we could fall under attack. We don't know if the other lithids are gonna follow us off planet, whether they are capable of tracking us through a jump. It's a little bit of uncharted territory for me, but I'm happy to sit up for a while longer if the rest of you want to get some
To
shut
be
eye.
honest, apart from a few bruises, I'm pretty alright. I can stay up for the first watch, get rid of some of these bodies, clear out space. in the,
Atlas will
cargo
poke her
bay.
head up from the cargo hold and just be like, if anyone's dying, I've got one heal left. Anyone? Hands up. Anyone moments from death.
No.
Not moments from could use a sleep, but I'll be fine.
Look to our NPC
Even if we
gaggle.
take a short rest.
They're all pretty bloodied, but no one's like death's door.
You guys are fine. I'm gonna plug some more healing into the boy. Ducks back down into the cargo hold.
Silent shaking of the head. I don't know if that's going to come back to bite us in the ass. Well, at least that might be an effective way of getting rid of the bodies.
Yeah, speaking of, I probably had to clean out that medic bay before any kind of contamination or infection or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want the best way to rid yourself of these creatures that were here before is probably to
Feed them to the Chimera.
you gonna feed them the Chimera or evict them from the ship just through.
Is it a good idea with the color of blood?
Yeah, we don't know what like parasites and shit is in those things.
You did see one rip something out from behind its eye.
To be fair, yeah, one
Yeah.
did.
Maybe just
Santa tried
yeet
to-
those corpses into space.
Is there a way that we can like put them in the cargo bay and separate the Chimera from the door, and we can just, launch them into space?
I think it's fair to say that although it looks like there isn't one, there probably is an airlock at all the exits. So you could load up an airlock and then jettison them out.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best idea.
I'm gonna just draw one in.
Is anybody else getting no music?
I have music.
I got music.
I have music.
For refreshing your roleplay.
That is a shout. Bippity boop.
I think my whole internet's just been very slow. So.
Discord's been like pretty 50-50 hit and miss.
Yeah.
You could try swapping out
Janky.
different.
Page not found? That's a lie.
Try swapping out to a different platform for the goal that we want. If Discord's continuing to be a bit
Be the
shit.
whalers that maybe too cold for
Ah. There we go.
Yep, so you can jettison the bodies out of the airlock if you so wish. Just takes you time, which you can do. I will say as well, star shifting would have taken you an hour as well, so you would have had some time during that if you wanted to short rest and like that. The star shift takes
I would love to do
1 hour
that.
per sector travelled.
Short rest, please.
Just delete the page. Why did I do that? I think I only have like 1 hit dice left.
Oh, that's better.
That many.
I need to refresh all my pages.
Okay, thought, get that. You keep me track of Tewa's health.
Yeah. I put some heals into him, and he's healed-ish.
Oh,
He
perfect.
can have a short rest as well, so.
Okay, I'm not sure what his hit die are.
I've still got 2 hit die left in him. Max health.
Yeah, got to hit that in myself. Shut up.
I guess his hit dice are D10s? What level would he be considered? Is he the same as
Look
us?
next to his hit points, it tells you.
Question is, did he spend any hit points already?
Hit die.
He only would have half left.
Okay.
Short rest. Go. Hmm. I clicked it and nothing happened. Gonna have to refresh my page.
What, did you click short rest?
Yeah.
Did you click dice? Did you click the dice roll?
Yeah, roll hit dice.
Yeah.
There it goes. Yay! I rolled a 1!
Better than nothing.
You'll get what you get.
Yeah, it's put me on slightly below half, so yeah.
I'm just relieved to finally be able to rest even a little bit. That was a long day.
Yeah, a lot happened.
That was like a 3-week day.
Yeah, Cyrus is probably just going to be helping move the bodies to the airlock, and then once that's done, he's going to head to the engineer's quarters to check out his new room.
Atlas is probably gonna be there with Tawab, like, no, you can't eat them. They've gone off. They'll make you sick.
Oh god, we've put this thing on a ship with no food source.
Oh, we've got rations, but how much rations does it consume per... Because we can carry like 20 rations, but does it eat 20 rations as
Does
one
one
ration?
good berry sustain a chimera?
What's the description of Goodberry?
It might be
Sorry?
creature. He's a monstrosity.
What's the description of Goodberry?
10 berries are infused with magic. A creature can use to eat 1 berry. Each berry destroys 1 hit
He
point.
might be a
Provides
creature.
enough-
This provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for 1 day.
I believe the assumption is a medium-sized creature. Because the rations for 1 day is £2. If you,
Patrick?
he would require double.
So 2 good
Two
berries.
good berries.
I mean, if after a long rest she can make great food
You
and
have to
water,
do that.
and just feed him that way.
Feed him.
You also have, several people on board the ship. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're not feeding him the prostitutes.
I think he was talking about to feed all of them rather than
feed people in general.
Oh,
I think once the bodies are clear, I think Beros is probably going to start.
Although,
looking at the cargo hold.
although two birds, one stone.
Just
Yeah, but which?
I like that my mind went there. It's like, we're not feeding the Chimera people, and everyone's like, no, to feed us, you idiot.
If that's what you jump to, God help us.
I mean, we do have a cargo hold that we've not really searched, and there could be.
Speaking of,
Russian
can Alice
on
search the cargo hold?
If you'd like to.
Investigation, I assume.
It's more just a matter of going through it.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, me and my Chimera are gonna check out the cargo hold.
Is that a good idea? Because the moment Tower sees food,
Yeah.
Or jewels, or valuables, or
Yeah, I
anything,
agree
he's
it's
going
not a
to
good
hoard
idea,
them.
but unfortunately, Atlas.
I really hate that you're becoming one of those people that is like, it's what my character would do, and
I
it's
know.
not even a malicious thing. It's just you're being genuine.
Yeah, it's what my character would do, and it doesn't help me in any way.
That's the point. There's a giant hoard that we've just left in a tower. So
Yeah, it's in the library, but she'll have a talk with him about it. She will actually. She'll say to him in Draconic, obviously, just, well, buddy, I don't think we're gonna be able to go back for your stuff in the library, but there's always more stuff in the world, huh?
Yes.
Oh, has anyone else got?
Yeah, it froze a little bit for me.
yeah.
Should we give Discord a break and I'll quite quickly throw something else up in the interim?
Like what?
I have like
I mean, Facebook. You
I've
can
got
Facebook
Twitch
call
guest
it,
star,
like,
it's pretty good as
camera.
well. Hang on, let me put the stream up here and back. That's good.
Just go.
Maybe it's better, maybe it's worse. Who the fuck knows? I like how George's camera has lagged out immediately now. That was working
I've just
fine.
got an endless loading thing for me.
God damn it.
And everyone's frozen now.
Just refresh your page.
I'm going to kill myself.
Discord to cunt.
No, don't do
okay,
that.
we move on. So you guys basically like get to the loading bay, you ditch everything, all the corpses and things like that, and you start going through the cargo. So I need everyone to roll me a D20, please.
Can anyone see Harry?
Yeah.
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 You're just gone for me.
Like,
You're just gone. Everything's freezing. I hate my life.
Those are good or bad. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm assuming
I don't
higher's
like
gonna
this.
be good
No,
here.
I'm using the Akira dice. I need to switch the dice. I need the purple dice first. Or do I go for the space looking dice?
What were we rolling?
a D20, please.
D20.
Okay. I think that's everyone working now. God hopes. Hi, I'm God. Okay, so... I'm waiting for one more roll. Full gear, a D20 please, when you're done
Oh, yeah, sorry. I have it.
back rounding.
Just didn't want to. Just a random D20, yeah?
Just a
no,
D20.
No added. 6.
Just a D20. Raw.
Oh, D20.
A raw
6, yeah.
D20. This D20's fucking raw.
Who wants to be in charge of the ship's cargo?
I mean, I was trying to look through it, but I don't know if that means I'm in charge of it.
This means someone needs to make a fucking Excel document or something in their D&D Beyond character sheet, like especially for the ship.
Everyone's
That
frozen
sounds like
for
a
me.
first mate's job. That sounds like a
And I
first
can't
mate's
hear
job.
Ryan.
Oh, for God's sakes!
Also, Will fucking
is that
loves
just
making
because-
spreadsheets.
I was about to say, is that just because on every campaign I seem to make them?
I said that, but George didn't hear me, apparently.
Let me make
Where's
another
the-
folder, shall I?
This is worse than Discord, by the way.
Fine, we'll hop back to Discord then. Fuck me.
Oh.
Yay! My background. Got a 15 on my investigation, or that. But by D20, I got a 15.
Okay, we're back. Right. Fucking let's hope it works.
Turn volume back up again.
Okay. So,
15.
15 investigation check, and you're just going through the cargo bay?
Oh, just whatever. You said roll a flat 20. I got 15.
Okay, that was not an investigation check, but sure. That was something else. That's cool. I've already noted that down.
I was trying to go through the cargo
I
bay,
know,
though.
but I'm not going to make you check for it. It's just a matter of time.
Okay.
You start going through the cargo deck. You find there is, in total, whoever would like to write this down, there is...
I'm already doing it.
I said it, you just didn't hear me.
Okay.
Twitch heard me.
Okay. I believe you.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay, it's a first mate's job.
Are you now just triggered whenever I say okay to think that I don't mean it? I say okay and you're like, bullshit.
You get sus about me saying it sometimes.
That fucking meme that popped up on my Facebook.
I was joking, the Ryan shrugged, and I'm just like,
So, Volgear, I'm going to tell you because I think you're noting these down. You find there is 33 days of foods worth of rations, 51 days worth of water for one person.
31 days worth of water.
5-1 for the water.
51.
51. Sorry. And then there is a vast selection of trade goods. Approximate value is 9,900 chits.
Keep away from Chimera.
Want to see one.
No,
How
I was
much
in the
is there a
cargo
weight?
hold,
'Cause I have
so...
a feeling that's going to come into play at some point.
I'm going to say... Let's say that the cargo bay... I actually have the cargo bay stats. Give me a second here for the cutter.
And I'll
Ships
ask
are
the question
fairly-
now.
Fairly chunky, you know.
Fairly chunky.
Cargo capacity is 10 tons. I'm going to say your food and water is going to take up about 0.8 of a ton, just for the sake of ease. It's going to be about, you can roughly work out yourself. It's basically just quick maths. And I'm going to say the trading goods, I'm going to say take up about 5 tons. You're pushing about 6 out of 10 of your carrying capacity at the minute. There's also space down here if you would like to in the future add things like a shuttle or other things like that. You could obviously swap out cargo capacity for other assets and things as well. The ship is standard, just won't come up.
What should you say that the food and water carries total? Sorry?
0.8.
The food and water
Yeah,
takes
but don't-
0.8 of a ton.
Right, no
You can
worries.
run it to
Sorted.
1 if you'd like for ease.
Worries? All sorted.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you find going through the cargo.
Cool.
Luckily for yourselves, that is plenty of supplies. The ship itself, you don't find any fuel or anything like that because these ships don't necessarily run off standardized fuel.
To the engineer's quarters, where I'm going to check on the ship and what it runs off and see what I can figure out.
Sure. Make me, let's just call it like a investigation check then for you, just to just do a little rundown of how the ship's looking, anything you need to work on or things like that.
Don't suppose I get a +1 from my hollow
You can add
strap?
your hollow strap if you need. This is an engineering task, I'd say it's fair.
Yeah, so it's 12.
Oh, cool. You start going through. It seems like at a first kind of rundown, you find basically details of all the different systems in here in the engineering. So you can basically see readouts from a lot of the areas, and you can also see what kind of power is assigned to each of them. So you see the power assigned to the weapons, you see the power assigned to the engine, the power assigned to the shield generator, and the life support and things like that. You can see that there is a readout that everything looks pretty good across the board. However, the ship integrity, just the general hull, has taken some internal damage. It looks like there's a few warnings and some flashing red lights and stuff like that when you look at the upstairs corridors near the crew quarters. Looks like there's been some wiring damage and it says connection broken and things like that would need repaired. That equates to about 36 damage out of 200. So the ship's hull is 164 out of 200 at this time, but your shields are still on full, so you could take external hits without taking any actual damage to yourselves.
164 out of 200.
Yep. That is also
Okay.
available on the it's actually available on this
okay.
token up here as well, which I have. Which has the full. You guys should have full access to the Chimera stat block as well. It's kind of similar how the Star Wars Serenade worked. If you check your little newspaper journal, you should be able to see the Chimera on there, and I can rename it back to Steel Horizon if you'd like temporarily. It's up to yourselves. Yeah, so that's kind of what the ship's looking like. There's some jobs to do to get those repaired. Obviously, that will take some time to repair.
Why do we have a handout that's just called Nightmare Fuel for Ryan?
You've not seen it? It's a good handout.
What?
Oh yeah.
Handout. I like it.
I've just realised you've not measured that Chimera in a while.
He's been shrunk because he's on the ship. I know it.
No, you
Amazing.
should
Hey,
really-
he's-
Guy.
He's definitely been shrunk because he's on the ship.
He's a
He
little
is-
tiny boy.
Oh,
Okay, are we all gonna have a little nap? Atlas is gonna have a little nap. She's not even gonna consult with anyone to have a little nap. She's gonna lay down right there in the cargo bay with her Chimera, and they're both gonna have a nap.
Is there a bunk in engineering?
there is no bunk in engineering. The closest bunk to engineering would be the captain's suite, or failing that, it would be the auxiliary quarters, which is near the front of the ship. I suppose actually up the stairs even is pretty close as well. Like if you took one of the rooms just up the stairs, they're also fairly close by.
Could I acquire a sheet and make a hammock and hang it in engineering?
Yeah, you could take a bed sheet from one of the rooms. Yeah, of course.
Cyrus is going to do that.
Sure. So Cyrus sets up a little like hammock in engineering. It's warm and loud. Yeah, you can be done.
Reminds him of home.
Unfortunately.
He doesn't sleep well.
Mhm. He's not going to sleep just yet, but I'll leave that till everybody else settles in.
Right now, the ship is actually over capacity for passengers and crew, so you're effectively like you don't have enough beds for everyone.
But we can still carry
Could
everyone.
ask-
I mean, the hookers can share. They don't mind sharing beds. I'm sure.
It's
Sure,
also
like,
just a
clear up.
size issue, like things like
Yeah.
Have some folks sleeping on the floor of the mess hall, you know.
it
It's,
means the life support does need a bit more power dedicated to it to make sure there's enough, like air
Oxygen.
to breathe and things like that. Not the kind of thing you want to stay in long term, but in the short term, it's probably fine. You basically take a reduction to your cargo capacity, which you can carry, which you're already below max. It's fine.
Atlas just sleeps on top of Tewa like a big fluffy mattress.
Hope he doesn't. She doesn't want a midnight snack.
And all the crates down in the cargo bay they lock, so like there's no risk of like
Midnight snack Tewa.
Tewa being able to get in them by the systems. Yeah.
I meant Atlas's midnight snack, but okay.
Tewa's not gonna eat Atlas.
Gets hungry.
So probably try and clear up the med bay, and she can free up like cots and stuff that way for people to sleep on. Get all the blood and gunk off things as best she can.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
It takes you some time. I mean, you're tired as well, but you can spend a little bit of time like getting the place cleared up. Probably after your short rest, just try to get things tidy and organized and kind of take stock as well. The medical bay looks like it has been the supplies here. You have what I would call very basic supplies, but you would probably want to consider stocking them up again properly when you next get to a big settlement or things like that.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been used. I mean, it looks like it's fair to say that this ship, before you guys had it, it was probably went through some kind of traumatic event. So there was, without saying it, there is very much the like similar to the alien chest burster aftermath on one of the tables. Like you can see where people have like tried to stitch stuff together, and and the blood splattering things like that kind of level of like gore is like kind of present as well. Like it's that kind of
Mary's
That's
never
right.
watched Alien.
not pretty.
I've seen that bit, and that's all I needed to.
But yeah, it's more like something
Imagine
happened
somebody
and people
put a
tried to
firework
fix things,
inside a person.
People are trying to fix things, so yes, a lot of supplies that are here have been used.
Whack-a-mole, but a guy's chest.
I've seen it, George. I know what it is. It's okay.
Imagine a vagina, but scary.
All vaginas.
Cyrus, once he thinks everybody has gone to bed, is going to set the skull down on whatever table or bench is within his now engineer quarters, and he is going to try and attune to it if it's possible.
This is where Cyrus gets possessed by a devil.
So Cyrus trying to attune to the skull.
Yeah, before he goes to sleep, he's going to try and attune to it.
Do you spend an hour trying to attune to the skull itself? After an hour spending time with the skull to investigating into that, doesn't seem like it's true.
Okay. He will then turn in for the night.
Cyrus is sleeping in his hammock. Is anyone keeping a lookout on the external readouts?
I'll keep lookout considering I'm pretty much unscathed from that fight. So yeah, I'll
Are you doing it all night, or are you just doing it for part of it?
I'll do part of
I don't
it,
mind.
you know.
I don't mind doing the next bit. And could I just point out, in 5 minutes, I've now got like a full system spreadsheet already.
And
Cyrus,
that's why
what's your
we give
passive
it to you. My passive perception is 10. No, it is 14.
Nope.
He doesn't like that.
He asked me for my passive, and I'm like, is the skull just going to like float itself into the AI dock and just take control of ship?
So Cyrus is sleeping. Atlas, you're sleeping in the cargo hold.
Yep.
With Tewa. Volgir.
I'll nap in probably somewhere where I can find a sitting position and wait for Barrows to wake me up.
I think there's a bed in 2.
well, there's the
The auxiliary quarters.
If you want
the
to cross the
auxiliary
bridge,
quarters.
Do that then.
There's the auxiliary quarters. Astro-
Volgir goes to go into the captain's quarters, and Barrels is just there like, don't you fucking dare.
Volgin knows better.
Probably wherever the nearest bed is closest
probably-
to everybody else, because she doesn't want to be too far away.
So
He's probably too
bridge,
too
or would you
busy
want to be near the
scribbling
medical?
everything.
Probably near like the crew, the deck.
Near the
Don't know what
bridge.
to call
Yeah,
it.
cool.
Yeah.
So basically, Astra's like, I'm scared. Can I sleep near you guys? And Barros and Volgir are like, of course. Take
Here,
the other
she-
bunk.
Nearly got mind flared. Okay, she doesn't want to be on her own completely.
Also, the other thing is you're then staying away from the thing that's also hungry and
As
Has
ASMR, we
not
have
been
very
fed.
different personalities. It's like, I've had a hell of a day. I'm going into the loudest room and sleeping by myself. Whereas you're like, I want to go to the place where the most people are.
Meanwhile, Alice is just there like, I've had a hell of a
She's
day.
scared.
Let me just sleep on top of this giant hungry monster.
Yep.
Makes me feel safe and warm inside.
Yasin and Fjordnik set up in the captain's quarters lounge on the sofa and chair. I see there's a few small chairs out in the main deck now. Yasin would definitely take the couch. They leave the bed though. But your ship's quarters are pretty full at the moment. For resting purposes, you can't really rest in the bridge. And Cyrus, you start resting in the engineering room. It's not an easy rest, just because it's so loud. It's going to be a bit of a restless sleep if you remain here. But you do hear things like, beeping and readouts and things like that, and you think that if something started going wrong, there's a
I would need to be here.
well, there's a better chance that if you were in here, it might wake you up. But much like how Beros is keeping an eye for external threats, there's also a risk of, like, you know, you've got wiring issues and like that, like a fire could break out, or, you know.
He'll tough it out. Maybe he'll get used to the standard groan of the ship.
Sure.
Kind of acclimatize himself to it. So when an alarm goes off, it'll wake him, but like the standard running of the ship won't. Because this is probably where he's going to spend.
Trying to tough it out, in that
Yeah.
case, that's fine. Alrighty, so you can all take a long rest. Cyrus, you do gain the benefit of long rest, but you do wake up with 1 point of exhaustion.
Fair.
Just from the getting used to it, and you can note down that you spent 1 night in the engineering quarters. And I would like you to make me a
Notes. Other. Sorry, I'm just making a note of
Oh,
that.
that's fine. Let's say, and can you make me a Constitution check, please?
One night in engineering and Constitution check.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 15.
You think it's going to take you at least a little bit longer to get used to this? It's such a loud, audacious series of noise. It's going to definitely take you some time. I can tell you right now, it starts off as a DC 25, and every time you spend the night there, it will reduce, and at the end of that, a certain night, you can then check and see if you succeed.
Okay, cool.
And it will be, but once you succeed one, it's just you don't get exhausted that night. So eventually,
Right.
if you can do 25 successful, if you can do, well, not even like that, if you can do 22 successful nights in engineering, Cyrus will sleep there no problem. You'll become used to it. I
Right.
think that's a fair, like,
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
but it's more, so you might, sometimes, you might sleep peacefully, like, there's no big loud noises, no big loud clangs. Other nights, like, a loud clang comes off that isn't an alarm, but you still wake up in a panic and things like that. So it just is that, and it'll wear it down naturally. So after one successful night, which you already spent, the DC now drops to 24. So obviously, the next night will definitely be a failure, but then from then on, anything at 20 or above will succeed, and a 19 or above, and then it'll get easier as the time goes on. But, you know, there may be nights where you're like, okay, fuck, I've got like 2 points of exhaustion, I need to spend a night in the crew quarters and just like get away from it for a while. Things like that. Okay. With that in mind, as you guys spent 8 hours resting, Beros, you are just staying up pretty much the whole night.
I think Volga said that
You're going to sub
we'll
out.
do kind of a
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, sure. So you would technically need this. This would be kind of similar to like a normal watch. You would need someone else to sub out here as well.
Yeah. Is there anyone like still around that isn't looking like they're just gonna tonk out and pass out?
I mean, you could wake any of your NPCs, or Yasin, or Fiornik, or any of your allies. Atlas is also in the room as well. But you only need at least 3 of you to, like, do these watches. Otherwise, you run the risk of Cyrus, where he's going to be exhausted, but, like, you know.
I mean, Atlas is down in the cargo hold, but someone can go wake her if they wish.
Yeah, I think knowing
She's
knowing
pretty
that
perceptive.
Yeah, I think also knowing that Atlas has that little bit of experience from the Starwind about like piloting and stuff, probably he's gonna go and recommend. He'll at least recommend to Volga to wake Atlas up next for the last one.
You just didn't want to go disturb the big 3-headed beast, did you?
No, it's the bird that I'm worried about, not the 3-headed beast.
I said you.
And
I'm worried about the small one.
And can I get 2 people to roll me a D100, please?
Shoot.
I'll roll one.
We'll let the auxiliary bed buddies roll it.
Oh god.
After the last time that, like, Astro got dragged to my involved here, the auxiliary bed buddies has a weird meaning that I'm not sure I'm comfortable with.
I said it before I thought about it.
11, cool. On a D100, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
85.
That's a really low and a really high roll.
Cyrus, roll me a D4.
Oh no.
Oh no!
2.
Cool. Cyrus, I need you. Your past perception is 9, because you're asleep and you get a -5 because you're disadvantage.
Yep.
But because you are struggling with a light sleeper, I'm going to say that will negate the disadvantage because you'll be waking up every now and again. You wake up and the lights in the room you're currently in are flashing red.
That's
Okay,
never a
check
good sign.
Check the systems.
Okay, make me a just a check with your like any kind of like investigation, or if you have a relevant tool, you can use that instead.
Nah, it's gonna be investigation.
Okay, investigation check.
That is a. Am I disadvantaged because I'm exhausted?
No, technically you wouldn't have woken up yet, but the 4 is the first dice anyway. This would have happened at some point during the night.
Okay.
So you wake up, there's some red, you start through the systems, there's a lot of lights here, you're looking at anything standing out, there's nothing super obvious, and it's like giving you codes and readers and things like that you can't really make sense of. You, after, let's call it, like a minute of looking, you realize the temperature in the upstairs corridor is rising a dangerous amount.
Okay, something's caught fire. Can I see any, like fire extinguish systems here, or
you do have access to opening the top airlock. You could just vent the top airlock, and that would remove air from that area of the ship.
But there also might be someone there.
I was about to say,
am I able to see which doors are open, closed, and where like life forms are in the ship?
From engineering, you cannot see that. That is something that someone at the navigation or pilot console can see. But you can communicate with them from engineering if there's someone active at that station.
Yeah, I'll hit the speaker and be like, I need to know if I'm clear to open the airlock in the middle hallway. Something's caught fire.
A D6, please, and that'll determine whose watch this happens on for the front deck. Don't care who it is.
Oh, I'll roll a d6.
I'll roll it.
Sure.
Oh.
Just need a D6.
5.
5, that's the last watch. Atlas, you barely taken to your post, and Cyrus's voice crackles
Bitch.
on the speakers.
How? She will look at and try and see if she knows how to work out.
Investigation check.
Oh god.
You hear tired grumbling noises, but no real words. Non-nat 20.
But yet you find the overview system of the ship's layout. It shows you it doesn't show you life forms on the ship, but it does show you which doors are open and closed. Right now, it looks like the ship has upstairs the hatches, the doors to all of the med bay and all of the rooms are all currently sealed, and the stair hatch which connects the top deck to the middle deck is also sealed. So the area that Cyrus wishes to vent should be safe to do so as long as no one is currently in that corridor. But you can't physically, see that. That's not that you don't have a camera or anything.
Is there any way to just like hollow strap all?
You would need a group sync add-on for that.
I don't think I have that.
Is there a
You could try to find like an
intercom?
intercom for the ship. Yeah, that would be another check, Atlas, if you would like.
Sure.
While that's happening, Beros, I need you to roll me 4d10, please.
That's a 5.
5. You start looking, Atlas. Try to find anything, any kind of roll me 3 more of those, please, Beros.
Right.
did we not all have the guards ones?
That is 19.
No, we
you
didn't
can
group sync them
radio.
all.
Yeah, you can radio each other, but you can't radio the NPCs.
Yeah.
Well, I will radio everyone that I can radio and be like, is anyone currently in the upstairs hallway?
Section 11.
Section
the intercom.
11.
Yeah.
You can
all of
also
would
message everyone,
slightly
you know.
stirred.
You just hear snoring from Volgia's one.
Wake
busy
up,
trying to see
wake
if I
up,
can get the ship
wake
under
up,
control.
wake up.
I'm gonna wake up!
Louder snoring.
Sleep. The sleepiest grumble noises comes from Astra, like, no.
Astra, run upstairs and tell me if the hallway's empty or not.
Okay.
Things are on fire, move fast!
That makes her run a lot quicker.
Okay, so it's, you start running. You run up the stairs. You have to open the hatch that connects the 2 floors. You step out in the hallway. The hallway looks empty.
It's empty.
Then step
Okay,
out,
then
close the hatch.
What she said.
Master says
Engineering,
back
you are cleared to open the hatch.
I open the hatch.
Astra seals the hatch behind her. You vent the external airlock. Yeah, and you see that
Someone
the
was
temperature
sleeping
begins
inside
the temperature begins to drop, and it drops past the level you'd expect, all the way down to like minuses.
Seal it.
Slowly it begins to climb back up, but like you're talking a couple of minutes to get back up there.
Okay, everyone stay clear of that area. I will fix it as soon as I am up.
Engineering, is the problem solved?
To my knowledge, yes. I'll fix it in the morning. It should be fine for the rest of this evening. Night. Shifts. Whatever you want to call it.
Excellent.
Atlas, you see there is a few errors popping up on the radar of the console itself as you're kind of like looking over it. It appears to be giving you falsified readings. Looks like the helm has taken some damage because of the fire damage.
Okay.
Destroyed some of the internal workings of the ship.
Okay.
Not completely disabled, but yeah, it took. If it took a lot more, the helm could potentially not enable you to control the ship anymore.
Atlas will make a note of it, but not fuck around with it because she does not know how ship work.
Alrighty. And with that, eventually you all rise the next day.
Need to heal up my chimera.
I'm all just happy to have spell slots back.
Yeah, it was a rough one. It was a rough one.
I think Cyrus, as soon as he wakes up, will probably head to the, I keep forgetting the name of it. I know it's Section 11. What's it called? To the
crew quarters.
Crew quarters, and start looking at the damage and seeing about how he could possibly make repairs.
Yes, you see a lot of the panels in the ship from where the Chimera's fire breath washed it before. You see the wiring which has been exposed from that. It looks like a few of them have like the actual insulating like covering, the jackets around them have like been melted away, and this caused like short circuits and things like that to occur. It looks like they've just caused like, the start of an electrical fire, which have further damaged the wiring. Some of these ripped out, replaced. It's going to need a bit of time to fix and repair this. So effectively, what this means in that regard is that the actual the helm has taken 19 points of fire damage.
Atlas will wait until she is relieved from her watch, and then she will hunt around the rations and make everyone breakfast. She don't know how to do much, but she know how to make food.
Do I still have...
How many people you're making connections with?
I do.
Oh, how many people do we have on the ship? That's how many rations I'm using.
I think you got like 13 of these.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We have so many Alaras on the ship.
11,
And just do
13,
good berries for everyone.
15 plus, 15 plus Chimera.
So
I
16.
can just do levels of good berry.
Is it 15 including the Chimera or 15 plus Chimera?
15 plus
So
Chimera.
17 people's of rations you need
Okay.
to feed everyone. And
So we
also,
can survive one day just.
that's enough to travel again. Bear in mind you're only 1 day's jump. The problem is you'll not be able to jump for another 16 hours because you rested as soon as you finished your jump. You need 24 hours.
If ever it looks like they're getting low, Astra can create 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
I mean,
If she
Atlas
takes,
also has good berry.
Tons of food and water.
There we go, sorted.
I
We've
mean,
got food from 3 people.
Good berries for the
Land
Chimera.
food, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's probably a bit better to use the food we actually have first, because that's the one that's going to go
go and go.
Yeah.
rotten.
What check do I make to see how delicious my food is? Is it wisdom?
If you would like to cook some food, yeah, it'd be a wisdom check, or
I don't have cook's tools.
if you know cook utensils, you'd have to go to the galley and see if you can rustle up.
I'm assuming you're using.
Ah, nat
water
1.
well.
That's a 6.
Alright,
Edible.
after eating, Cyrus will probably go to the cargo bay and see what he can use to patch the ship. Or he's going to do a general look around to see what he can collect to gather to patch the ship.
You would also all notice that Atlas is back to, like, after wearing the star mark for a considerable while, Alice is back to her mask again.
Oh, I should probably ask about that, but I'm probably the wrong person to ask about that. I'm gonna fix the ship.
She doesn't see it. She seems cheerful enough about it, but, like, you cannot see her face anymore, and it's a little disconcerting as you are served breakfast by the plague doctor.
Atlas
That's just me
all,
vocalizing
Maybe.
Cyrus's thoughts.
Atlas makes you all
Also,
good
we're
berry
first introduced,
stew,
so-
I guess.
No, I'm using up all the rations,
Okay,
and then
use
we're
them
gonna
all.
rely on.
It's porridge with good berries in it.
I like to think that's why it's not great, because everything's like a little on the turn.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it's dried goods, like salt and meat, and, like, you know, things that will preserve and last. So that's like, you know,
Maybe that's the problem then.
dehydrated,
It's like
you
it's
know,
all dried goods, and it's like, there's only so much you can do with this.
It's actually not even like that, Atlas. It's like you looking at all, you're like, I don't know how the fuck you used to cook this. You hold like the fucking shiny like foiled like terrible packet of astronaut food. And you're like, it says like it's salted caramel cake. When I open it's just dust.
Add water to everything. Everyone enjoy your slop.
Yeah. Yeah, Cyrus, if you want to make me a strength check using our smiths or carpenter's tools, if you lack proficiency for those, you can use just your +1. Or whatever your half proficiency bonus from your hollow strap add-on.
So that is a 15 with my hollow strap.
Is exactly what you needed. So I need you to roll me a d6.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah, doing the fixes.
Oh, also Atlas will let Barros know that the hull is fucked up.
Max roll,
6.
nice. Right now, the crew quality for yourselves is 5, just because you have a crew who aren't necessarily very skilled, but it's mainly just yourselves as well. So you regain 11 hit points to the helm.
Nice.
Asher probably go around and fix everything she can with mending that she physically can as well.
Yeah, that would have given him advantage of the roll, but he doesn't need it. I'll let you roll again, Cyrus, just in case you get a nat 20, because that would allow you to roll over d6, but
Sure.
just give it a go and see.
Nearly a nat 20, but not.
Nope. So just as a you kind of help.
I imagine it's like, here, mend these 2 wires. Thank you. Mend this. Thank you.
Alrighty, and yeah, so you guys...
You give all the finicky stuff.
That takes Cyrus over 8 hours or so anything else you would like to do in that time? I mean, Atlas begins rusting up some food, but the crew morale isn't low enough that the food can really raise it any higher.
I think Barros is going to go find Volga. I think just in general to chat about ship stuff.
Probably find him reading
where are
his
you?
steel cylinders.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. So I'll come find you wherever you are. Right. So, how's the overarching ship looking, first mate?
Well, besides the issues that happened while we were asleep, I don't know really what else. We can't really do much for a little while until this all resets.
And
we've got a fair weird bit of inventory. I'm going to go through our rations pretty damn quickly. We've only got one more day's worth.
So we need to find a port somewhere.
That's all we need to start doing some magical means.
Right. I mean, I know we're capable, but at least the last time I checked, we have some tradable goods.
Mm-hmm.
Might be worth stocking up and getting rid of that.
Yeah. Does take up take up half our hold.
That is true. We also need to drop off at least half the people here. Unfortunately, not many of them are bound for the space life, as they called it.
No.
Could be a history check, Ross. so you're familiar with this part of space.
Which bit of space
not
are we in?
one.
Like if one was looking at a map.
We are northeast of Uru,
that's in that
I
one.
believe. Or north of Uru.
No, sure, Ross. You're north area, so you're in the Solitude cluster. If you
Okay.
looked at the
Yep, I'm on it.
World Anvil, you would still see it, Solitude cluster. It's
Yep.
marked. Or maybe this would help you actually if I move roll 20 up that along a little bit. There you go.
Yes.
You guys are there.
Ah.
Yep, there we are.
We are as big as a planet.
Yeah,
If
Veros,
not
you're
bigger.
not really familiar with this sector space. You normally tend to avoid it because of the strange, like, cosmic events that kind of happen here. It's normally best to be avoided. The only place I really know is that the Eldorian, which you've read about on the HUD, but apart from that, there's not much help on that itself. If there was going to be anything anywhere, you wouldn't see anything in this deep space. You'd need to head towards a solar system. So if Eldorian has planets around it, that might be a good place to start. Or you could just wait out your time and start a jump heading towards Eru, sorry.
Well, we've been fed today. Obviously, the crew can snack throughout the rest of the day, but it seems probably one of our best bets is probably head straight to Eru, find the closest planet, dock there, trade the goods, drop off whoever wants to leave, and then figure out what we're doing, just get a little bit of reprieve.
Is it fair to say that Veros has been to Eru before?
Yeah, I think being so close to the Carius Nebula.
So Eru is this like beautiful. It kind of takes similar aspects from the Solitude Enigma you're currently in. It's got a centralized like large star, which almost like has a beautiful ring of little colorful stars all around it, all of which contain mainly dwarf planets, which are mostly uninhabited. In fact, the only real star of any interest is actually where the Omphalos sits itself. Which is just literally just kind of floats on the outer ring. It doesn't really even have a star. It kind of seems to orbit just along the star itself, kind of alien to like how most other satellites tend to work. But the Omphalos is the only real point of inhabitation in that sector.
And the Omphalos, is it a residential? Like, do people live there, or is
Yes.
it all
Think
like
the Citadel from Mass Effect.
right? Okay.
Very similar.
So there are
Those
trade
games. I know all
Very
the
similar.
references.
Definitely not played immediately before writing this.
Hey, I love it. Shut up.
It's very
But
comfortable.
so we definitely can like drop people off there, trade for goods, pick up stock, get the
Hey,
shit.
the
sorted.
There is big
If
docks.
it's just like Mass Effect, the hookers will have an excellent life there.
The Omphalos is actually, if you want like a kind of visual idea of it, Veros, because you would roughly know what it looks like. It's basically there's a large centralized planet-shaped structure, all metallic. It's all made of metal. It's all
I see a picture here.
It has like a halo ring around that, which is all connected to the actual centralized planet itself. And then branching off from that, there are several of these little discs. Each one of these discs is basically assigned to different cultures and heritages and things like that. So there's a disc dedicated to the people of Kemnor, the elves, the satyrs, the goblinoids, the blush, the harbinger, the shadowkai, things like that. There is one dedicated to the people of like Earth and the humans and everything. So almost by sector, effectively, it's kind of broken down. So there's these like outer sectors as well on the Omphalos, which can do that. It does. Although the amalgamate's fairly accepting, it does promote a little bit of
Classism.
not classism, more clanism. Of like humans tend to mainly try to do business with our humans, like because that are not going to get swindled. Like, there's a risk they might get swindled by a dwarf or things like that. And definitely a little, like, mild racism. Although they're all on the same page. Look at the European Union. Like, it's the exact same. Germany will always want to do deals with France over Poland.
But does the Omphalos have a fun music competition every year to remind them to get along?
Yeah, it's called the Amalgama Division. It's very tacky.
Excellent. Everyone votes for their, like, neighboring sectors.
Yeah. But yeah, these sectors are all kind of divided up, and then the central's actual thing itself is this, like, beautiful, like, communal area. That's like the cultural melting pot where everything kind of happens. But most of the docks and things like that are normally in the outer rings. There is a few docks in the inner planet as well, but it does tend to require higher ranks and that, especially more military and things like that gets you get there, just for security purposes.
I think what'd probably be best is if we dock up on the Kemnor. We have elves with us. Being a satyr myself, I'm not going to. I'm sure I could find someone to sell the trades to. If not, we can get one of our elf friends to pretend to be captain for a little while until we trade the goods. Also, coming from that sector, probably looks the least suspicious. So. Anything you think we should do? Any places you want to avoid?
I'm far enough away from everywhere I want to avoid, so I'm quite happy where it is at the moment. But I think trying to just get ourselves set up going is probably the best.
I think it's just going to be a slow process. At least we can get it repaired in the Omphalos and get it up to scratch. Get what we need to, and then obviously we need to go speak to the council. Ugh. Politics.
Yes.
Right. Yes. In regards to general ship order, you spent a little bit of time with the first mate on the Starwind Serenade. Is it that title that fits you, or?
I spent plenty of time making notes on what to do, but
it also comes with the pilot seat.
In the background, you hear a clang and as a panel falls on Sarah's foot.
It sounds like it's better than the engineer's seat.
Yeah. I think the ship surprisingly fits everyone quite well in regards to finding somewhere to find themselves useful. Even the 12 that if they stick around, got big weapon seats that they can just sit in.
Yeah, I'm curious what that thing is in the corner though.
Yeah, Cyrus seems to have been a little bit intrigued by it, so maybe I need to go have a conversation with him and figure out what he knows. Right, I'll leave you to it. If you need anything, just come find me. I'll be around, dotting around, trying to
no worries.
Find my feet.
Do you want me to get set up with the coordinates for the next place, if possible, or leave that to someone else?
I'm going to see if someone wants to take up a little bit more of a navigation role.
Works better for me.
Give someone some
back to my
responsibilities.
I can go back to reading this then.
And I suppose
Honky cylinder thingy lumps back on his lap.
I suppose in that case I'll go try and find Atlas to ask if she's willing to sort out the navigation station.
You find her in the kitchen attempting to chisel what she had made for breakfast out of the bottom of the pot. She's long since given up using a spoon, and she's got like her scimitar in it, trying to like pry up the bottom. I thought I was a better cook than this. This is... I wonder if Cyrus needs cement for anything.
To be fair, who knows how long this food has been here, and I mean, you're not used to cooking with ship rations. Ship rations, they're barely edible when they're done right. Never mind someone who doesn't know how to cook them.
Plus, the inhabitants of this ship seem to be more keen on eating brains than eating food.
True.
Oh god, I hope that wasn't brains. Some of it did look kind of pinkish.
Barros will attach like a cloth to like one of his horns and start scrubbing it and be like, "This is a little trick I picked up while on a ship myself. The horns turn it into a bit of more of a scrubber, especially for the more cemented food."
Not very useful for someone who doesn't have any. Anyway, if you're looking for more food, I think there's some in the cabinet, but I can't promise it's any more edible.
No, I was going to ask if whenever you're free, if you could set the navigation station to the Omphalos. You seem to know what you're doing a little bit better. Well, either you or Astra, but she's probably got her work cut out with her in the med bay.
I mean, I can give it a shot. I've never been through space before, so that's not super helpful. Star Whisper taught me a little bit, but where are we going?
The Omphalos, the Kemnar port.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if you look around, there may be some old manuals around here somewhere that may assist.
Yeah, I'll have a hunt around, see what I can find, and I'll try and chart us a course when we're ready.
Right.
Are you gonna have to wear a disguise or something? Just I know that you used to steal from the Omphalos' ship, so if we turn up and there's a bunch of wanted posters for you, then...
I mean... The last time I was on the wanted poster was at least maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I think we'll be fine. As long as my granddad doesn't find me directly, then I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, and...
He's too all high and mighty. He's probably flying on the other side.
Alice will go to say something, look incredibly panicked for a second, and then try to hide it. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I will set us a course. I just, I'm going to talk to Fjernik and Yasin and see what their plans are. I know they're not ship people, but I mean, if they wanted to stay, we know they're good fighters, trustworthy.
Well, we could always use fighters, and someone's got to man the cannons when.
Also, we kind of wrecked their home, so you know.
That's true. Well, the option will be there. When we get to the Omphalos, we'll give the option to everyone here. If anybody wants to stay, then we'll accommodate who we can. But obviously, we're pretty limited on the ship. We can only take about 4 or 5. And that's
Have you
max capacity.
named it yet? Not that there's anything wrong with the Steel Horizon, but it's a little cold.
It is. I've been thinking around a few names. I think it'd be really funny if we called it the Chimera.
Why? So then when we're docking into port, they'll think it's a ship, and then suddenly a Chimera comes walking out the ship.
That and the fact, goat head, dragon head, lion head. We need to find a dragonborn and a leonin.
We have a leonin.
Oh, we do.
Our gladiator friend. I don't know if he's staying, but
Yeah,
All we need
But,
is a Dragonborn, but you might want to run it past Volkir first.
We have a little dragon.
I think it was more of a metaphor for many heads and one ship.
Well, I like it. Many heads all fighting with each other, that's pretty chimera.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go find the elves. I'll set a course when we're ready to go.
I'll carry on washing
Navigator
dishes until
reporting for duty.
dismissed. Whatever the tradition is.
You got your ship.
I did.
You even
A lot
stole
sooner.
it. That's pretty pirate.
Ah,
Hey, now I've stolen a ship. Am I technically a pirate too?
it depends what we do next.
Alright. Just wondering what I can, add to my resume.
It depends who we go fight and their definition of a pirate.
You are a pirate. And Atlas will wander off to find Yasin and Fionik. I just assume they're together at all times.
Yeah, you probably can find them in the meth hall. They both just sat around.
One day they won't be together and she'll just be like, hmm.
They're playing cards.
She will awkwardly sit down and be like, so how's it going?
Fine. Just busy couple of days. Yeah, what she said.
It's it's shit, isn't it? All that work. But I don't know. I guess if the ascension had happened, it would have been the same story anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We at least gave ourselves a fighting chance to get out of there whenever shit actually hit the fan. But it is what it is. I think what sucks the most is it just feels like we didn't even have a choice. This god decided this was going to happen, whatever that creature was, came down in those snail ships.
Yeah. Would have been nice to have a heads up.
Yeah.
But, the gods know what they're doing, I guess.
I hope so. Seeing as they seem to be steering everything one way or the other. It'd just be nice to get to somewhere like the Omphalos where we can, tell everyone what crazy shit's going on.
If they believe us.
Yeah.
You're allowed to stay if you want,
We've been thinking about it.
You don't have to, but the offer's there. You helped steal this thing too.
I think as long as we got a little bit of money from those goods we can sell in the cargo bay, should be able to set us up, rightly somewhere. Take some work with mercenaries, things like that. I'm sure there's plenty of jobs going for people in the deep space.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, Chaos seems to follow us wherever we go, so.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm quite ready for, battle over again so soon. Seems like a lot.
You're telling me. A few weeks ago, I thought that I was just going to go on a little joy trip to the Omphalos and go home again. Now I'm different. Speaking of, would Atlas know if she sends a message through her holy strap, but someone else speaks into it? Will it still show that it was sent from her?
You send the message, the person wearing it.
Okay.
So
Neither of them have... I need to find someone's spell slots. I need to find someone's spell slots who's met him. Alice is going to seek out Astra.
Sure. You have spell slots as well,
I know, but she doesn't want the message to have come from her.
Okay.
So she will seek out ASMR.
Mary, you're muted. You're muted, pet.
Unmute yourself. There we
There
go.
we go. You will find Astra very stressy spaghetti trying to figure out what state the med bay's in, try to stock inventory, and just very flustered.
I thought you were helping me with panels.
There are loads of hookers
She
in there,
was.
and she's like, and they're like, I found some bandages. They're good.
Alice will just walk in and be like,
in the corner. We'll
well, it's
stock take them.
fun in here.
Yeah, you want to join the party?
Alexa, fuck off. Stop. Sorry, Alexa's trying to find shit.
Did you say it looks like a party in here? And Alexa's like, let's start a party. And you're like, no, Alexa, stop.
Phoning all local whores. Oh,
Don't do it. Don't call all the whores.
not all of them. I can't afford that.
But yeah, she'll like kind of motion her head and be like, can you step out into the corridor for a sec?
Sure. Don't touch anything, please. I'm trying to figure it. Okay.
Too much horror background noise is just gonna freak him out.
Where is the med bay?
Upstairs.
Oh, yeah, you come out and Cyrus is just like heaving a panel into. He's still working on the walls. He's just heaving a panel into
She's
the wall.
helping you. Trying to stock take. Help you. It's like, Astra, can you...
Astra, I need you just to mend this
She's
side
probably
of
like in the
panel.
doorway, like.
Astra, I need you to mend this panel so that I can take the weight off it. I need to get. Can you put this in the wall, please? Help me.
1 second, I'm borrowing the ASMR right now.
Are you holding a metal plate that's holding the ship together? Come over, just 2 seconds. Come over here.
Like, Astra does it from right. Just take that, go away, and like fix it. It's like, what's up?
I need you to cast mending on this. I can't. Why didn't you give me a screwdriver? A screwdriver doesn't help me put the wall together.
If I at any point if I walk round and I pass Cyrus when he's mending, can I use thaumaturgy to make it sound like a spark of electricity happened in the panel to the right of him that he's just closed up?
Yeah.
Just fucking with him. Atlas will try and pull Astra into one of the rooms away from Cyrus.
Fine.
What was it you wanted? Sorry.
You remember my brother, yeah?
The one who thought we weren't good for you.
Yeah,
Did
that
we know
one.
that? Okay. Yeah.
Could you try and send a message to him? I know there's a chance it'll fail, but he was on the planet, and I don't know if he got off before everything happened, so I just want to know if he's okay.
Okay. Is he gonna be happy with me messaging him? Why not you? Or do you just not want to cross that bridge yet?
Because if he's currently with my parents and my voice suddenly speaks out of his wrist, he and I are both going to be in a lot of trouble.
Noted. Okay.
I mean, they might question why a strange woman is messaging him, but I've got a pretty distinctive sound.
Okay. Sure.
Just
But
ask him if he got off the planet. Ask if he's okay.
okay. Did he get off planet? Did he get back to your parents?
It doesn't matter. I just need to know he's okay.
Okay. Astra.
And bear in mind that my parents might hear it, so no identifying details about who you are, where we are, and nothing
just-
sexual, but I'm assuming you weren't going to send my brother that.
Okay. What was your brother called again? I can't remember.
Micaiah.
It's been a long. Okay. that's
Micaiah
fine.
Moreau. You've met him, so it should be easy enough to send it, but I know that not knowing where he is in space makes it more difficult.
Astra will send, it's like, hi Micaiah, it's the nice ASMR you met. Just wondering if you got off the planet safe and that you're okay. Asking for beneficial parties.
I don't like the shade you're throwing my way, but I didn't hear it in
Cyrus
character.
hears it from
so-
the corridor and is just like, that bitch.
Well, like,
with my 2/3, Harry, do I find the wire that sparked?
The wires are sparking.
What the fuck?
The thing is, as well, the way thaumaturgy works is there's 3 sounds I can do. So every time you think you found it, something sparks at the panel to the right or to above you.
Does Astra get a response?
Take that panel off.
Do I need a roll, Harry?
You hear many
yeah,
clangs happening from the hallway, and just, where the fuck are you?
For a minute, you just hear laughing hysterics from the end of the hallway from Volga.
I am trying to fix this shit! Stop messing with me! Puts the panels back on, even louder clangs!
Cyrus would like to rage.
I'm not using a rage for this, but yes, he is very angry!
He's trying very hard to not use up a rage. He has to take deep breaths, think calm thoughts.
It's for the good of everybody. If I don't do this, everybody might die. Everybody might die. Oh, but I could just fucking kill everybody. But it's fine.
I am also on this ship. I can't kill myself. I gotta fix the ship.
I can't fly the ship
Astra's
if
just
everyone's
there, like,
dead.
"Have
I
you
need a
wondered
pilot.
that I am the nice one.
D100, please, Astra.
Okay. Do.
Target is off-world for me, so there's 50% chance of failure, but that is a success. You hear the familiar voice of Micaiah. Hello again. Yes, we're away from Kevnor now. Reached the Omphalos yesterday. Waiting to meet with the amalgamate.
Sure, we'll relay that back to Atlas.
Okay. Good. I mean, not great that they're the Omphalos, but good that he's okay.
They're safe. That's the main thing. You okay?
If I did something kind of stupid, would you forgive me?
You've done a few shipping things already, so you're gonna have to be more specific.
I might have let some information slip that I shouldn't have.
Okay. Do you have any more details, or is that...
I'm afraid if I give more details, you'll hate me, and I think I'm running out of people who like me very rapidly.
Well, you did drop a pie that I made from space, so I didn't hit you there, and I worked pretty hard on that thing too. I'm the solve. That took forever. Not forever, but it took a while.
The pie was mine. Just clarifying, the pie was mine.
Cyrus quietly stands into a panel as he's crying. And
The
it
pie was
sparks
mine.
again.
Yeah, like you said, I made a lot of stupid decisions.
Okay. What was it this time?
Don't worry about it.
I think Astra's passive instinct's high enough to know that that's full of load of bullshit, but
It's like, don't worry about it. I should definitely worry about that.
you said that doesn't fill me with confidence, to be honest, considering the things we generally worry about with you, but yeah, talk to me when you're ready. I'll be here. Dealing with this mess. Stop touching that! Astra just walks away and tries to fix the bed thing.
It's only needles.
Astra, yeah, you touch that all you want. You put them over there. Don't keep them away from me, please.
Astra, can I borrow you for a second?
Oh, for the love of an apple. Okay.
You've got tiny hands. See if you can find the wire in there that's sparking.
Astra's passive perception? There is none. What?
I'm not allowed to kill the dwarf that's helping run the ship. I'm not allowed to help kill the dwarf that's helping run the ship. I'm not allowed to kill the dwarf. And he's just going to continue working.
Atlas will head to wherever the fuck the front of the ship is called, because the map's not there anymore.
Bridge?
Yep, she will head to the bridge and try and navigate a fucking Omphalos course.
Sure, yeah, if you want to go there as a navigator, you can make a navigator's shield check to plot a course.
I don't know how to use those yet. I haven't practiced enough.
It's just going to be your wisdom plus your half versus bonus.
Okay. I do have a navigation assist.
Yes, that's your half versus bonus.
Okay. Sorry, what check is it?
Wisdom navigator skills check. So wisdom
Okay.
check plus half your proficiency bonus. Right, done. 13.
And that would be +2. So 15.
Okay. Who is acting as pilot for this leg of the journey?
Barros is doing captain-y things.
Yeah,
So is Volgir between his
Stewing?
pranks?
I feel like my prank only takes a minute.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy only lasts a minute.
Yeah, a minute for you, but Cyrus is searching for like 10 to 15 solid
Volgir
minutes,
just
being
keeps
like,
being
I
like,
heard a spark.
I have to pee, and then running off to play
For
pranks.
clarity as well, like whenever I say the role, like the officer role of captain, although it's just I've combined the first mate role and the captain role together just because they kind of overlap each other a lot and it felt silly, so I've kind of made the pilot role dedicated so it kind of feels more unique. But the engineer could be the captain, but it's more the captain role is things like, you know, keeping the crew in line and like that kind of
Someone else
managerial
can
kind of
fly the ship while Volgir's off doing his pranks.
So Barros could very easily be piloting, and like wouldn't necessarily have to take the role of captain. Like it's like there are only 4 key roles that really need filled every day, and then there are the actual officer roles, which are kind of like the actual what you would consider your full-time like position. But like again, you can always mix and match, and you don't never have to restrict to one or the other. But it's more like, for the sake of ease, it's probably better you guys dedicate yourselves to one of the like 6 roles, and you'll need someone potentially to fill the 6th one if you like. So, you know, Barros can be flying, or Volgi can be flying, or, you know, you need a Vastra fly if you wanted. Like, it's not, even though she's a navigator primarily, like, anyone can fill that role. It just means someone else needs to fill navigator role while she's doing that, if that's the case. Basically,
I'll
there's a
say-
lot of dumb crossover that I
I'll
want to
say
iron out.
I'll say if Volgir's off playing pranks, then Barros will be flying.
Sure, that probably makes sense. And in that case, Volgir's off playing tranks, keeping morale up, things like that. That's kind of like fulfilling the role of captain in that sense. In a slightly different
There's one morale he is not keeping up.
I guess
Just
I guess, you know, instead of captain, maybe consider it more of like a manager, or like, you know, it's that kind of like supervisor almost level, like as that position. So maybe instead of captain, you know, it's not specifically like the captain of the ship.
Leader.
I feel like every time he walks past or goes anywhere near Cyrus, does something else, like he does a tremor on the wall, so he misses as he tries to hit it back
After the
into
third
focus.
instance, you're gonna get a crack in the back of the head. Cyrus is going to swing for you.
I'm at the end of the hallway. Good luck to you.
He will chase you down and take a swing at you.
I feel like Ash is like, stop running in the hallway, that's a hazard.
No running in the halls.
Stop running with screwdrivers.
Are you not going to say anything about
Does
him?
a 19 hit you?
She didn't see that. She's still running.
I really want to, but I feel
Does a
like it's
19
waste
hit
of it.
you?
Yes, it does.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
I like to
As
think
you
it's
get
just.
cracked in the.
I like to think it's just one of the metal panels that you've just ripped off the wall. You're just like, yeah.
And now there's a Volgir shaped dent in this panel forever.
I feel like Astra automatically casts Mending and casts like words like, stop it! Freaking children.
But yeah, does my
you actually
15
does
get
that.
us
You're gonna get the.
reliably there?
He started it.
Well, I was going to ask the pilot if they're happy with the 15, or they would like to use their. They can attempt to do their plotting course disadvantage without the navigator's guidance if they'd rather, or they can take the initial result.
Are you happy with my course plotting?
Yeah, I think 15's fine.
Okay, so stick with the 15. Yep, so that'll be traveling busy faster than expected. It doesn't really matter at this point because you're going to be starshifting anyway, but it will affect your proximity to target when you get there. So whenever you arrive, you'll be only half a day's travel from the actual the dock itself. It's as close as you can safely starship in without seeing, like, you know, oh yeah, there's a potential like cosmic storm here that we need to avoid based on like initial scans. Like it's as close as you can get. You're like, it'll be a half a day, so like it'll take you, you know, 1 hour to star shift and then a further 8 hours to travel.
Yeah.
Basically, a full like day's travel would be like 16 hours of like solid, like, you know, and then 8 hours of rest. So 9 hours from there, like this evening, basically, is when it'll be good to go. Which will be that travel will fall in your sleep cycle as well, so you can sleep for that 8 hours if you want to, and then wake up fresh as you arrive, or you can you know, sleep later when you actually get there if you want to stay up for the journey itself. But that's really up to yourselves. But you plot your course. It is plotted. You just need to wait for the starter drive to finish charging. At this point, it's probably still got a good, like, you know, you had like a long rest, and then go this. It's probably coming. You should probably still about another like 8 hours or so before that happens. So anything else you would like to do in this time? Obviously, Cyrus already done his downtime check with the engineering, but there are other things you can do. Things like, you know, drawing the map, healing wounded, things like that. But like most of it probably isn't applicable necessarily in this immediate mode. Also, just, you know, stuff you can do amongst yourselves, like.
So after the first 8 hours of repairing and problems and repairing, Cyrus, what's this room 7? Armory?
Armory.
Go to the armory, yep.
What's in the armory?
You go inside the armory, and there is a load of, like, there's a couple of, like, tables, like workbenches and things like that. And then lining the wall, there are weapons racks and armor racks, and it will be stripped bare.
Could Cyrus try and half shimmy a bed out of one of the work tables? Because he's like, I'm not sure if I want to sleep in the engineering room, but I want to be near it.
Sure. Yeah, you can like get maybe a mattress from one of the upstairs rooms or a couple of sofa cushions from the captain's quarters and like make a makeshift bed there, if you'd like, on one of the workbenches.
Whenever we dock, he'll probably buy like proper bedding, but he's gonna roughhouse it for the first few days. But he's like, yeah, I can't sleep in the engineering room. It's too fucking loud.
I think the armory also, I said, had a couple of it had a couple of the like suits that would allow you to be in the external area, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
So there's I think I said there was 2 or 3 of those. Oh, let's say there's 3. There's 3 of those in there also, but they're the only things that have been left behind.
Yeah, Atlas has taken a note in case she needs to cannibalize any of them to mend her suit.
Yeah.
But I think her suit's okay right now. Stormark less so.
Feros, while Atlas is plotting a course, I would like you to make me a let's just call it an intelligence check, or like an arcana check, maybe would be good.
Both +0, so come with the wind. Is that not one again? Yeah, it is. Amazing.
Never mind.
Intelligence check. No.
Base. Hell of a drug. But yeah, so you just need to wait out for the starship. You can push it early, but again, it risks damaging the engine if you go too early. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna push it. I'm just gonna.
Have you ever been to the Omphalos before? I mean, I know you've been around it, but have you ever been there?
Not. I have not stepped foot on it. Mainly because, you know, wanted at some point. It was less myself and more my crew that were wanted. My personal relationship with my granddad is something else. I mean, I've not seen him in a number of years. I don't even know if he remembers me. I think it's just something I used to chase, you know, a motive, a goal, a reason to be on that ship. But I've heard it's quite good. I've heard it's spectacular, especially the central area. I mean, not many planets live up to the beauty of Lush, from what I remember.
Well, I'm kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum for living up to planet's beauty. Pretty much everywhere looks impressive next to Skull. Although, I do find myself missing it a little bit. It's got its own charm.
We all get a bit homes.
Is
Yeah,
Anthony
thanks for
dying
saying.
for anybody else?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my Discord's being a little...
It's okay, you're back.
I'm back.
My father used to say that he got homesick for Lush, even though he'd never been there before. That his call to Saparna was so strong that he just kind of felt like he should have been there anyway.
Quite funny. I don't necessarily feel that. I don't know whether that's just been because I've been off planet for so long, but I've never felt the need to go back home. I mean, sure, I miss my father and the grandfather on my father's side, but I've only been back a number of times. I think the drive to find my mum and has just been stronger than the need to ever call upon Saparna. But, I mean, for a long time I ignored Saparna in favour of the goddess of death, and then Cyrus comes along and...
Ruins everything.
Well, it's not a bad thing. I was worshipping her for the wrong reasons. And I think now I'm free of that. I'm learning to see the universe for what it is and trying to find my end goal. Well, I've got the ship now, so I suppose just see where the wind takes us.
I used to worship Katran.
Used to?
I don't know who I worship anymore. I mean, I ran away from Saparna and she clawed me back kicking and screaming, so maybe that's a good reason to worship a god.
Yeah, that's true.
Katran was easy to worship, you know.
I can understand that.
She's one of the few gods where it's not about faith. It's just about fact. Facts are easy. Don't tell my father that. He never knew, and he would not be happy with me, but I don't know.
We find ourselves in a delicate situation. You know, being so close to a god, and yet you've never been so far away.
I don't know how close I am to a god.
I mean,
After
physically.
all.
You are... God is this, like, in your brain.
A piece of a god. And the other piece doesn't even want me, so...
Well, it's better than, I suppose, anyone else has had for a number of years. Especially for your people. It's your destiny, after all.
Ugh, don't. I'm just a backup plan. An early draft, I don't know.
Yet I still don't believe it. I'm still not the bridge.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
the
assumed.
Starmark is in the handy sack, is that correct?
I think she just has it on her, she's just not wearing it.
Starmark starts to glow a little bit.
Starts to pull?
Glow.
Oh,
Hello.
okay. She kind of lifts it up like... Can you tell when I'm talking about you?
You're not attuned to it at this time? Do you not attune to it?
I'm attuned to it, I'm just not wearing it, but I don't know if I have to be wearing it.
You don't hear anything. It's glowed a bit brighter. Literally, it like glows like a...
She'll sigh, take her mask off and put it
Legs are
on.
lighting up.
Do you have something to say?
just heard my name.
You sound weak.
Some way to get power.
You run on the same stuff as the ship, right? Like, that's how the cannon works?
Could try connecting it, I suppose. Can't really see.
Barros, do you know any way to connect something to a ship to get it power?
Generally yes, but that thing's an artifact, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
Nearly 1,000.
I don't think anything here would be compatible. I just
Can I do
at
a
least not.
investigation or insight or arcana?
Yep.
7.
7, looking around. Maybe Cyrus would know.
She will swallow her pride and go find Cyrus as he screams at panels.
He's not screaming at panels anymore. He's setting up a bed in the armory.
She will awkwardly, she'll like open the door, see you like setting up a bed, and then step out and like awkwardly knock.
You see him setting up a bed, and the skull is just sitting on a shelf just over his shoulder.
She just awkwardly steps back and then like knocks on the still open door, like.
It's open.
Do you know how to hook something up to the ship so it can get power?
Depends on the something, I suppose. What are we talking about?
The star mark. Took some pretty bad hits and it's pretty dead, and Saparn is pretty weak in there, and I know it's an artifact, so it's not going to be easy to hook up to something modern, but...
Artifact, but also relic. And he'll get up and he'll just start walking through the ship towards the relic dock.
Bridge, yeah.
I was like, do I... I guess I follow.
I'm assuming Barros is still in the bridge.
Yeah, probably. Ash has
Yeah.
been gone for like 30 whole seconds.
Well,
Oh, there's Aris.
Captain, my captain. This is a relic dock. I believe it's some kind of intelligent integration system. Depending on what you put in it, it could possibly run off the ship's power or influence
Barros, make
the
a
ship.
check as you overhear this.
Okay, so plug the 1,000-year-old god relic into the ship. Sounds like a great idea.
Well, this is the thing. It might integrate her with the ship. It might give her control of certain facilities, or it might just charge her up like a battery cell.
19.
I mean, Saparna's good if she does get any control. I know you don't like gods, but...
Well, this is the thing. The other thing that might work in this relic is the skull. I don't think we should put the skull in it, because, you know,
It's a
pithy.
devil skull.
That is a very smart move.
I don't know what it'll do to the star mark.
Well,
I
it's
don't know
hanging
enough
on by a
about it.
thread right now, so might
Can
as well, right?
Can I do an engineer check to see if I...
Check with intelligence. Barros, with your history check, you've heard of an AI linked ship before. They're not very common in Amalgamate space. They're more something that the gnomes and stuff have tinkered with in the past. The only one that you've actually heard about that worked successfully was a human vessel called the Starlight Way. They integrated an AI with the ship, and the AI decided that it was better at making judgment calls than the humans. The humans were dead weight, and it killed them all.
That's a 3 because of my exhaustion.
Yeah, you don't know. The relic dock, by the way, as you see it, is kind of like if you imagine a cylindrical fish tank almost, that starts probably around waist height. It's got this like glass tank that goes all the way to the ceiling and kind of like probably comes out about 1.5 feet or so of more like metal, like that connects it up. No liquid in it, but it has like a sliding hatch door, and then in the middle of it, it has two spikes that kind of come from the top and the bottom, and it's assumed you would put something kind of in between those two spikes. There's nothing like to mount it, turn it like that. It looks like it probably would suspend something in between them, maybe, or you're not sure.
All right, Starmark, let's put you in the box.
Well,
What?
So there was. These aren't very common, and the last time I heard of one of these, it basically overthrew its crew. Are you 100% sure we can trust both pieces of Sapana?
I'm not 100% sure on anything, but I
That's
think
fair.
having the god is better than not having the god, and if this Starmark takes one more hit, we might lose the sparks altogether.
okay, well, maybe there's a way that we can charge her without giving her control of the ship. Maybe there's, I don't know, we could run auxiliary power through her or something. I don't know.
It's too old. I know you're not sure, but I suppose having a god in the ship's AI system's not too bad, and then I suppose, well, we can always steal another ship.
Yeah, but this is
Get
the
over
thing.
the shit.
Depending on how this system works, she could get control of the whole system. She could open the airlocks while we're sleeping.
That is true. But
But Saparna, she's good, right?
She's chaotic.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
I think we all have some examples of when chaos was not beneficial.
I know you don't trust the gods.
It's not to do with trusting the gods. It's something we don't fully understand. Maybe if I got a decent night's sleep, I'll be able to understand it better. But right now, I don't know enough.
I'm just asking you to trust me.
Can you give me a day? Give me a good night's sleep.
Would
Okay.
channeling some spell slots into it help? Like actual, I don't know, radiant kind of energy into it?
We did juice her up a wee bit to take on other Saparna whenever we beat the Archmagus. Could try doing that again.
I'm worried
Save
that
it
we'll
more.
just end up breaking it. I
You
mean,
can try.
we're talking about something that's 1,000 years old. Even elves don't live that long.
I know.
So Cyrus is gonna hit an intercom and be like, "Volgear to the bridge, please. Volgear to the bridge."
All this thinking, Cyrus, you do think that although the Star Mark is ancient and old, the jerry-rigged cannon that Atlas briefly used is a lot more modern. And talking about integrating with systems, potentially you could try to integrate that with one of the ship's weapons. Potentially, you're not sure how long that would sustain its like self-damaging properties and stuff like that, because it's been jury-rigged before. But you know, you might be able to set that up to like give you like a main ship cannon again or something like that.
Okay.
Can I take
I
the
am
portable
aware-
cannon off the Starmark?
Yes.
Can I do that and see if it helps with the power issue at all?
Yeah, you already recall that it's been depowered since the damage.
I'm
detach it.
Then I will detach it at least so it is less heavy on my shoulder.
I get the feeling that Cyrus knows this, but he's not. He can't put the words out because
looking at the Star Mark, I mean, looking at any way you can do it, like your previous checks and what you know about like the ship and stuff like that. It's like that thing that she's just attached has like a micro USB port. Cool. A lot of things have that. And the Star Mark is like, that's got like an old fucking 3-pronged audio jack with the red, white, and yellow cable. Like, we can properly connect it, but like, fuck. What means what when you're trying to connect it to a USB port? You know, it's trying to find the like. You know that all the signals are there, but you had to separate them correctly, and it's not going to be easy if you wanted to do something like that. Whereas the cannon could be integrated a lot easier.
Volgear to the bridge, please.
Just
It's
as,
fine,
as I
have a
walk through
day.
the doorway, all you hear is.
If you'd stop lurking in the corner like a creep and come over and join the conversation, that'd be a lot more helpful.
Hey, just because I don't run around the ship like a crazy person doesn't mean I can't just walk from one end to the other.
Yeah, well, how would you like it if I started hitting a pile of random buttons whenever you were plotting a course or trying to fly the ship? It's not helpful, don't do it.
I'm actually the one who plots courses, by the way.
You get the idea. Volgear, you helped Jerry rig this thing when it was damaged in the fight. Do you think there's any way we could charge it without connecting it to the main intelligence base of the ship?
Arcana.
Can I have a gander?
Arcana check, yeah.
At least something to sustain it until I can get a good night's rest.
I
And
doubt it, but I'll give it a shot. 13.
13. You think the only connection that is going to suitably be universal is the relic station. Maybe there's a way to put some kind of blockers on it or restrict its access. And limit it to maybe only receive power, and maybe stop it being able to send outputs and things like that. Maybe, but that's a big job. You're not sure how much work that would actually require.
Let me just ring up Amazon and just get one of those one-way blockers so it charges only and doesn't send.
I'm gonna click my my holo strap and get up YouTube tutorials.
Me too, actually.
Okay, well, if you want a night to sleep on it, that's fine. I'm gonna go check on Toa, make sure he's not managed to get into any of the shipping crates.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I mean, I can
I'm
give
not
it a
saying
shot
no.
if you want to try and give me a hand, Cyrus, to see if we can make something to
Honestly,
interact.
Volgear, I didn't sleep very well last night, and I'm running on 5% power myself.
Oh, that would explain the crankiness.
Shut up.
Yeah, why did you sleep in the engineer room? Loud in there.
Yeah, I thought I could sleep it off. I've had loud sleeping quarters before, but obviously you have to get used to them. And if there was a problem, I wanted to be all hands on deck. Luckily, when the fire broke out, I was in the engineer room to help fix it as soon as possible, so minimal damage happened to the ship.
Cyrus.
That is why I am moving into the armory.
Cyrus.
Yes, Beros. I was going to call you Boris there for a second.
Boris.
If you look behind you, there's the auxiliary quarters. For that exact reason.
Yeah, but then I have to run the whole way across. I just think it'd be
It's
easier
like 30 feet.
if I sleep near the engineering. Also, where did you all sleep last night? We are over capacity. I am roughhousing it.
I slept in the cargo bay, but Toa makes a pretty good mattress.
Not sleeping on a chimera. Go. And he points at Astra.
Ash just points to where she's just in there.
Auxiliary bed. Go. And he points at Volgear.
Auxiliary bed?
Okay, where did you sleep, Beros?
In the captain quarters, obviously.
Obviously. So, each bed was taken up at one point. So unless you want to sleep in your bed and then you can wake me, or I can sleep in the bed that Astra slept in and then she can wake me when her shift ends or whatever. Did you take a shift or did you sleep the whole night?
I slept the whole night.
Just slept the whole night, so I'm not sharing a bed with Astra.
You could just
okay.
you could just share the room with Meros like he did with his two friends that stayed in the room.
With my pants.
Traditionally, Traditionally,
I could
no
say you
one
can
would
sleep on the Chimera,
auxiliary.
but it'd probably be a little cramped.
Already said, not sleeping on the Chimera.
Right. Traditionally, the auxiliary quarters are only for those on duty.
I'm still a bit shaken up from yesterday. I didn't.
Which is completely fine, and
I
until we
can
get
sleep
rid of
somewhere else.
until we get rid of half the crew, that's not going to be the case. I just mean in the long term, setting up a
make me an
bedroom.
I'll give you advantage because you've accidentally stumbled across a thought that might stir something in Beros. What do you think?
Alternatively, I could just sleep on the floor in the auxiliary room as long as nobody kicks me in my sleep.
There's
I've
a table
got
of chairs
sleep
in there.
on.
You sleep on a chair.
Yeah,
Not gonna be comfortable, but
will I suffer exhaustion?
advantage for us.
I'll roll it over on one.
super hard check, but it is going to be higher than a 7, unfortunately.
Come on, Barros. Dig deep. You gotta dig
I
deep.
Nice, rolling really slowly, or
Yeah, it's rolling super slow. My
10 enough. Barros, it's pretty apparent that the way the ship is designed, rare for a ship to have an AI at all. This is probably some kind of like prototype, maybe. You're not really sure of the ins and outs, but like it's not common on human vessels to have like an AI. But the fact that there is one probably suggests that there is supposed to be one, because normally in auxiliary bay you would have things like alarms and like things like that which did not go off when the fire happened. But maybe that's a damage thing, you're not sure. But it's also possible that maybe those things need to be controlled by something else.
So you want to sleep because you want to be close to the in case anything goes wrong, right?
That was the thought, yes.
Right, but last night I didn't actually hear any alarms or bells or whistles, which is really uncommon for a ship like this. Normally, if anything goes wrong, the whole ship goes up.
Sat right here, and I didn't see any alarms until you had already radioed into me.
I'm traditionally a ship has that built in, and even with the hull half broken, this is connected to those alarms are connected to the last result to make sure that you know shit's going down. And this auxiliary bay, this hasn't been jerry-rigged in. This was built. This was built around the ship.
So
I think
what I'm hearing is you want to just stick it in there and see what happens.
This ship's supposed to have an AI, at least.
Fuck around and find out.
Fuck around and find out.
Oh, fuck it.
That's all I need to hear. And the second you say fuck it, she just opens the panel and shoves it in.
An apple help us.
Yeah, does that happen? No one stopped Atlas? Just check.
You can punch me in the face if
Pretty
you
big
want.
thing if someone wants to intercept
I
us.
would attempt, but I'm too exhausted. I know I'll fail the check.
Right? Athletic check at disadvantage.
Yeah,
So make an
I'll
athletics check or acrobatics check to avoid the grapple.
I hope this isn't one of the stupid decisions at Atlas.
yeah, that's a 9.
She's not that strong. She's like Tiny Tim. Never mind.
No, she's quick.
It's quick.
She brings out the way, throws the hatch open, and
I like to think
takes
that
the
you
Starmark
do
off.
manage to grab her arm and she just switches the stomach to the other hand and puts it in. You're like, damn it.
Or he thinks he's got her, it's just all floof. It's just feathers.
Yeah, you close around, it's just like, it's like, damn, you're skinny.
The red, like, light up display at the top and bottom of the cylindrical receiver turn from red to amber as the hatch opens. The star mark is placed inside and it turns from amber to green, and the hatch closes itself over like a sliding shower door. You see the star mark is suspended in zero gravity. It's just rotating and spinning back on itself. And you watch as one of the
Atlas just
consoles
crosses
by
her
begin to light up.
fingers.
You see like initializing, and there's like a small like percentage B bar which is gradually increasing.
Saparna? You there?
It's 10%.
Cyrus is going to go to the panel.
I thought that was
And
going to be if
start
Cyrus
doing-
starts yelling at Atlas.
No, he kind of pushes Atlas out of the way and goes to the panel to like see if he can check the readings to see what it's connecting to.
Make me Arcana check.
Oh fuck.
Am I still attuned to my star mark?
Technically, yes, it's within.
But I
That's
can't
it,
hear
that's it.
her.
And that one.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, Cyrus. This text is scrolling by so fast you can't even read it. But clearly it's connected to a lot of things. 40%.
Is there any way I can try and restrict access? Counter hack?
You can make me an Arcana check at
Cyrus,
disadvantage.
don't mess with it.
60%.
It's taking control of a lot of the ship. I can't even see what it's taking control of. It's happening so quickly.
It'll be okay.
Are you sure of that?
I'm not sure of anything.
That's not an answer.
Saparna?
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm sure.
We'll be okay, Cyrus.
Saparna?
99. 100. The bar completes. The light turns from green to gold.
Saparna?
The ship lights, which have all been this like brilliant blue color, shift from that to the goldish green that lights along the star mark's back as all the terminals readout displays flicker and change. You see the whole ship itself shudders briefly as if power was briefly stalled before restores back.
Saparna? Are you there?
Hello, Atlas. You hear all of you echo right the punch.
Oh, that's what Sapano sounds like. She sounds hot.
I don't think you're allowed to
I
say that.
appreciate that, my lovely Satya. But think of me more like your great grandmother.
Doesn't stop him.
You created satyrs, you know the rules.
I believe the rule is cousins is fine based on the inbreeding that happens on Lush, but
Maybe that's why you're so weird.
Yeah, I'm not weird, I'm special. That's what my mother said.
the ship appears to have multiple damage across a couple of systems. I'm reading out several issues from the helm and the
You're not
main
gonna
hull.
turn evil and murder us all, right?
I do not have an intention of that, no.
Okay.
You wouldn't tell us if she was going to. That'd be a really shitty villain, wouldn't it?
She
Yes, I'm
might.
not the murder you.
You see the central column.
Multiple people
in
have told us
between
they were gonna
two,
murder us.
Like
well.
in between the two front chairs, which kind of make the co-pilot and pilot seat, there's this central like shared console which has a lot of controls and radios on it, and from there a projection flickers up, and you see the form of this beautiful elven woman, long flowing hair about herself, and she kind of is like a 3D space model of this, like, you know, you can see like lines of like code and all trickling through her, this projection of what Sarpana must have once taken a form of or has chosen to appear of this time. You see
You're
she
not
has
helping with this. She sounds hot.
primarily
comment,
like
by the
elven
way.
features, but instead of elven ears, she has like long goat ears. You see that she has
Oh
where
no,
normally,
she's part goat.
normally where
She's
she would
into
have
that.
the like the like, you know, she's got these like big elven eyes, like and all that, like, yeah, she's like a weird, like, you couldn't place her race. She looks almost like an astral elf. Is probably the closest way to place her. She's got
Triggered.
these like long goat ears all about herself.
So
Triggered.
she is like Potter, theater, elf,
She's
astral.
sexy elf Barros.
Well, she is she
She's in
looks
love.
she looks very fey. Like, she even has like her eyes are almost like goblinoid, and like, you know, she has like lots of different influences from the fey all through her. She's probably got like what you thought was a cape initially, but it's actually these huge gossamer like fairy wings that kind of fall about herself. But yeah, she looks the closest to an elf, like at a glance, but like her features are definitely elven. But yeah, she's fey, like the most archfey
I am
fey.
so glad that it turns out that you are actually a real thing and not just me having a mental breakdown and imagining you. Like everyone else can hear her right now.
A little bit me did
Yes.
want to eke that out a lot longer, but here we are.
Do you feel better?
I'm
Stronger?
definitely getting better. I've already sapped a little bit of the ship's power to restore myself. The star mark is still damaged, but I can at least function. I'm no longer relying on its divine harnessing of energy. I can rely on the ship's.
Does the bit of you that hated me still hate me?
No, we come to a resolution. That's partially why we struggled so much to communicate in the past. The damage made things more unbearable. The star mark was only designed to hold a limited capacity of me.
Well, at least I don't have to wear it anymore. And she will put her mask back on.
I see we've plotted a course for the Uri sector near the Omphalos. I can sub in a role myself here. I don't require rest like you all. Therefore, I can do something like keep an eye on the external sensors, or I can keep an eye on the internal sensors and give alerts. Either way, if something happens, I can give an alert if someone tells me to, and send alarms up for the ship. I have a lot of things that I've got access to here. I can also do this, and she opens the door and then closes it.
Well, that's fun. As long as you don't do it on external doors. That's dangerous.
I do have access to those.
Just so you know, there's a chimera in the hold. Please don't open that door.
Yes, I don't think this is traditionally part of the ship, but I think with star mark I can detect life forms around me. I can actually tell who's here.
Huh.
I don't think the ship normally has this capability, but I think the star mark allowed me to be aware of things in a certain area around me. I had some level of awareness, which just seems to be transcendent. It's still active.
That's handy.
Well, at least, Cyrus, you can get a good night's sleep now.
Or so you think.
You can stop glaring at the star mark now.
Would you like me to open a window, Cyrus?
No, thank you. And Cyrus just leaves the bridge.
He looked like he was getting a bit hot. You still hear it carried through the ship, but it just echoes through all the speakers.
I can't
That's
believe
gonna
that
get
I'm
annoying.
the one saying this, but dude's got issues.
We did do something probably a little reckless, but it turned out in the end. But
For now.
I'm all about reckless decisions that turn out good in the end. Speaking of, I'm gonna go check on the chimera that we're keeping in the basement.
yes, please do.
Dash is just like looking at her retreat like squinty eyes, like
Cyrus, you come out to the mess hall and you see Tewa is currently trying to steal one of the potted plants and take it downstairs. And like stand there with it like in its like goat mouth and like staring at you.
And he
and
looks at
begins
me,
to back down the
And I
spiral
look at
staircase.
him, and he looks at me.
Carry on.
Alice will come out a
if they're
second
still
later
vegetarian,
and be
that's
like,
a good thing.
Marsan, are you taking that potted plant to your hoard? Marsan.
A flurry of feathers fly past me.
You hear the scraping of claws on metal. It's like the tiger, like the lion half, like scrapes along.
Alice follows afterwards going, you're getting soil everywhere.
You go down and there is 3 potted plants in the hold at the minute, and the chimera sits in front of them.
You just, okay, yeah, sure. Hoard potted plants.
Need water.
For the plants or for
Yes.
you?
Plants.
Does he just
I don't
wanna
think
hoard
they
them, or does he
need
wanna eat
water,
them?
buddy. They look fine. And we don't have a lot of water for, you and us. Gotta
Like, I got
prioritize the things with
Sleepstorm in there,
heads
but
first.
I don't know if I don't know if that will damage the ship.
Don't cast Late Storm in the cargo hold. Create water, fine, in small portions. Not conjure storms in ship. If you do it, you're fixing it.
Does she know great water?
Yeah, after a little bit of explanation, eventually Tewa agrees to me water isn't immediately required for the plants, but is at the next dock, I think is probably where it kind of comes to.
That's fair. We can get some water for the plants in the next dock. We can even get a couple more plants, but we might have to pay for them. So you gotta tell me before you start taking them.
Who will stop?
Look, you may be big, but there are big folks out there bigger than you. And tougher than you. There's always a bigger fish, Tewa.
I've not met them.
No, you haven't, but, well, you must have at some point. You were captured when you were a cub, right? So they were bigger than you. They caught you.
And then I grew up, and then I killed them.
Like them specifically, or... Are you on a vengeance quest?
Whenever the fire began, I helped stop some hurt before.
Fair enough. Do you want to go home? Where is home? Do you not remember?
Remember trees, jungle.
Okay, well, you're definitely not from the same place as me. Well, you're right here for now, huh? Maybe we can get some more plants, make it feel a bit more like a jungle down here.
And books.
And books. Lots of books. Those are also trees, technically.
That much looks you confused. Don't understand that comment.
Don't worry about it. I'll explain when you're smarter.
Books need water,
No.
and they are not trees.
They used to be trees. Like you used to be a cub.
These will turn into books.
No. Okay, they're...
This goes on for a while.
Books are trees the same way you make cows into steak.
I failed to follow.
Yeah, no, that was a rough concept too. We should get you some children's books. Bit more fun to read than the stuff you've been collecting. I liked kids' books when I was younger.
You could help with the big words.
I used to beg my brother to read The Little Owlin Who Was Scared of the Dark every single night. Could probably do that off by heart nowadays. Maybe not.
Could you read it to me?
Sure. I could read it to you. Now?
Now, yes.
Okay. Alice will retell The Little Owlin Who Was Afraid of the Dark as best she can from memory.
Cyrus probably retires to the engineer's quarters and he takes a pen and a paper and he just sets it in front of the skull. Because he knows it's wrote before and he's
Maybe
like,
the
I don't
skull
know
doesn't
how to-
want to talk to you.
I want to see what he's thinking because I saved him from the planet, so
You wake
if he
up and
has
it
a
just says
message-
get fucked on it.
Yeah, probably, but
As you're there, Cyrus, you hear over the speakers a voice, but only you hear it as the isolated to the editing quarters. And you hear Soprano say, Cyrus, are you the one triggering the infernal presence that I'm detecting?
No.
I don't know if I personally am triggering it. I have a pit fiend skull in here, if that's what you're sensing.
Maybe. There's something that's been on the ship since I was connected that I've been aware of it for a while. I always kind of put it down to you, but it doesn't seem to move in the same way you do.
Then it's probably the skull.
That's fine. I just figured I'd check up on what it was.
Can you tell me about the skull? Do you know about these things?
I don't know him personally, if that's what you're saying.
I don't know that guy.
Okay, when we were still on Tilm, I might have left him behind, and he got rather angry about that, and started moving things and writing on the walls. He was very angry, but I brought him with us because I felt like I owed him that. What can you tell me about pit fiends that don't die on Abaddon and decompose, basically?
From what I know of my brother, normally his pets would come back to Abaddon once they had perished. They've died off-world. That's why he was able to fuel such a battle against the demons and the aberrations at the edge of the world.
So you're saying this thing died on Abaddon?
It's unusual for them to leave behind bones. Normally they melt and regrow somewhere else. So probably yes. Probably died on Abaddon and then was brought away from there.
That's a little disturbing.
Really, Lorien should have shepherded that creature beyond his grasp. Once it was done, he should have offered it up to Marana and Elias.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you work with the people you watch over, but Lorien doesn't really seem to pay attention a lot. Kind of an absentee god in a lot of ways. I am in my quarters unless you're joining me,
Careful, Cyrus.
Astra.
Those daddy
Never
issues are
mind.
showing.
Yeah. He made some deals with the gods of death. With the two. Something to buy him more soldiers to help protect us. Maybe that's at play. I can't say it's something I'm personally that involved in. My interests lie elsewhere, and there's not much nature on Abaddon or his little playground.
Yeah, I remember it.
I recall even the plants on feud tend to turn to bare bones and twigs.
Mm-hmm.
Scorched earth, I think he called it.
That's an apt description.
Regardless, I figured I'd just see what infernal thing was lurking around. As long as it's no danger, just be careful.
No danger as to what I'm aware of, but as I said, he did move things. I don't know if you can monitor him.
Death isn't really my domain. My sister.
Any idea I can get in touch with her, see what's going on?
She used to reside on top of Repose, but I imagine she doesn't anymore. You could try to take him there, or you could try to take him back to Abaddon. Maybe he's maybe, I don't know, maybe something to do with the fact he's not whole. He couldn't move on. I'm trying to think of stories of other races who have ghosts and spirits. There's always been souls who are difficult than others to pass on. But, again, it's not really my roadhouse.
Well, thank you for your insights. Cyrus will write on the page, "What is your unfinished business?" Question mark.
You write it?
Yep.
Nothing immediately happens. Would you like me
Fair.
to turn off the lights?
No, it's fine. I'll not be sleeping in here tonight.
Very well.
Just wanted to be alone.
Then I shall leave you be. I'm still monitoring the systems.
Fair.
I like how you have upstairs Cyrus trying to communicate with a dead devil, and downstairs Atlas reading the Chimera a bedtime story.
Anything that Volgir, Astra, Deros would like to do this time?
Everyone's welcome to join the bedtime story group if they like.
I think Volgir's just going to be taking notes on what the hell's happening, trying to keep a record of it, make sure there's keep a record of any changes that happen over the days or anything like that.
Yeah, I think Astra's trying to still probably taking stock of whatever, if there's any herb supplies and stuff in the med bay or whatever, she can start making potions. If not, what she can to do that, whatever she can get her hands on.
Do you have a herbalism kit?
I don't think so, but I think I want to get her to
I
get
do.
that one open.
I have a herbalism kit.
Maybe just gather what she needs, or what Atlas needs, and keeping far away from needles as possible.
But yeah, with the herbalism kit, as long as you can try to find suitable resources in the realm of 25 gold pieces or more, which I'm saying if you take out of your trade goods, you can make one potion of healing a day. It's basic potion healing. They're fairly costly. That's if you have I think I said you got 99,000, so that's going to be 2,500 a day if you wanted to make healing potions. But they're cheaper than buying them.
I like to think that Atlas is like, yeah, I know how to make those. I used to drink 5 a day. It's like, damn, you're expensive.
Your family had the money.
Had. Emphasis on the had.
I'll leave Astra with the knowledge of what she can do with the supplies, and then she can decide if she wants to make any or not. Beros, anything particular you would like to do?
I think if everyone kind of leaves the bridge, I'll kind of pick up a pew and be like, Sapana.
Yes, Beros.
Ah, there you are. Ah, Sapana.
Appear with the...
Sapana, can I call you Sap for short? Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather not be called Sap. That is derogatory.
Oh, right. I didn't mean to be plant racist, you know? All love and, you know...
I won't mean that Sap is, you know... Never mind. I genuinely think you don't know what it means. Certainly, you may call me Sap.
Yes, that it is. Ah, right. So, general rundown, you can kind of control most of the ship. You can pretty much act as a member of the ship.
I can do anything that doesn't require physical overrides.
Okay. I think for now, just stay on internals, alarms and stuff until we can get that fixed at the port. I think that at least means that everyone can get some sleep around here.
Indeed, I can fill a role, which you normally would have to dedicate someone to, without requiring rest. I can pilot, navigate. I can also run engineering at a base level, or I can even attempt to keep up crew morale. I cannot cook for the ship. I cannot provide medical support or retention, but I can do most of these other things.
Good to know. I think for now, until we're a little bit more situated, I'm sure we can find somewhere for you to fall in.
So basically, only Astra has job security.
Well, Cyrus has somewhat job security. Any of them, like, actual repairs, but monitoring them.
So the checking for onboard hazards, which would normally require like Cyrus be in the engineering bed, and with that, she can do in his stead. So you don't have to have someone. You just need to have one person then dedicated to.
Why do I feel like Atlas is making a list of people she can get rid of in order of least required?
Speaking of, while Cyrus is waiting for the skull to do something, he's probably going to be like practicing his carpentry tools and checking up on that, trying to train himself up on it.
It's probably like a mix of, like I said, it's carpentry or Smith's tools. Probably more lends itself more to Smith's tools and stuff on the ship itself. But it's a similar idea, it's like cutting things to shape, preparing things just with different like material. You've already kind of spent your 8 hours today, Cyrus, like doing repairs, so you're kind of tired. You've done a lot today.
Yeah.
And I think while I'm alone in the bridge, I'll kind of just be, I don't suppose you have access to records for amalgamate space?
Checking. There are a few logs here, nothing super useful. A few captain's logs of the past, but they do stop off about a little over a month ago.
Is there any way I can access them from the captain's quarters?
Indeed. I have sent them to the terminal.
Right. And in general, amalgamate information, do you have access to live information? Just need to see if we get to the Omphalos and I've got a bit of a waiting party.
Let me do a quick scan. Would you confirm your full name?
Yes, it's Beros Jacob Darkluf.
Maybe just check for the whole crew. Make sure like Volgar's not up to anything shady.
There are no active warrants out for your arrest. However, there is an active search warrant out for the Steel Horizon. The ship has been regarded as stolen.
Interesting. And from what port or planet was that warrant issued?
It was last left leaving Idjafal, deemed to return back to Earth. It went missing in between the sectors. In between the systems, sorry.
Right, so you've got to explain how we got to the ship.
I can change the ship's ID, which will make it much more difficult to track. However, I must warn you, it does say here that is illegal.
Yeah, let's not. Maybe let's not do anything too illegal just yet. Don't want to flag any warning signs when we get to Omphalos.
Of course. This may result in some questioning.
That's fine. To be fair, it may help us get to where we need to go in the Omphalos if we explain how we got the ship.
Noted. Please note, if you do get abducted or arrested, I will simply try to fly the ship out of here myself. I do have that capability.
Very well. Is there a way with that we can contact you off ship?
I believe you should be able to contact me via a holostrap.
Right, duly noted.
Again, the range is limited as normal, but ascending upgrade should suffice.
Okay, noted. For now, if you could stay on internal alarms, just until we're just while people are sleeping, and I'm sure you have 1,000,001 things to do.
That
Getting
does mean
used
I
to the
have to
ship.
unfocus on the external sensors to prioritize the internal ones.
That's fine. I'll do that for a little while.
If you would like, I could start a timer to sufficiently rotate the crew. Or would you
I
rather
think
just
for
wake them
now,
yourself?
I'll wake them myself. Give them an estimated time.
Understood. I'm going to keep playing around and see what all these other strange, unlabeled things do.
Sure, and I'll start messing around with any unlabeled buttons.
Why am I imagining a scenario where we'll have to like send the ship off and then it returns like the fucking car in Harry Potter to save our asses?
And then kicks you out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Astra's just sorting out the med bay and stuff. But Volkir, anything you would like to do?
I think I'm just maybe generally just reading up on my steel, the little diaries, but and then maybe just generally walking around making sure no one's got their medals on.
Yep.
Before they go to sleep. As he walks past Cyrus's door, he's gonna knock on the door and go, "Not asleep yet. More stuff to do."
I am done for the day.
Such a lax engineer.
You try working for 8 hours straight while someone's fucking with your work.
I
See how
talked
much
with
you
work
get
for a
done.
minute.
Yeah, a minute of distraction does not mean a minute of not looking, because if something sparks and I think, oh, it's just a prank, and then it's actually not something, oh, there goes life support. Although that's not a problem anymore, because now we've got a god piloting the ship.
That you don't trust, so it's even better.
Then what do you need me for?
Oh no, I mean, it's even better to play the trick on you because you think that she's not doing her job.
Well, if she flags something, I'll fix it. Something goes wrong, I'll fix it. Something needs killing, I'll kill it. Just leave me be for now.
I'll let you sleep. I'll start fresh again tomorrow.
I'm going to take that as a positive.
I'll keep walking. Probably make my way back to my bed.
Do your rounds, them sort of settling in. Feral 6, the first watch in the external sensors. You don't really even really get the bedtime. Just before it would be time to sleep, the Starship drive lights up and confirms that it is recharged and ready to go.
Yep, do what I need to.
Yep. So you have to have someone in the auxiliary crew enable it, and then sit there for a minute charging it. And after 1 minute, you start it, and you feel a familiar sense of the ship almost like pulling itself into a. It's almost like being teleported. You know, it's a very strange sensation. The ship's engines speed up to full blast, but then as they engage, the ship doesn't really move. The world warps around it as if time had frozen for a moment. You travel forward, the stars getting long and stretched out. You watch the beautiful, like, waving cosmic landscape of the Solitude Enigma that you're in. The multicolored, like, stars just, like, whip past you and turn to dust and particles as they kind of whiz by. And yeah, after about an hour's time, the ship begins to slowly hear Sapana be like, entering Uri sector. And the ship slows down to a nice gradual slow halt. You see the beautiful purples and golds of the large, like, ringed nebula you kind of find yourself in. And you see, pop up on the radar, like, a good while away, like, you're, like, 8 hours travel away still, the registered, like, the Omphalos, like, reads out on the system and it plots a course in that direction, based on the previous navigation check by Atlas.
Yeah,
I like the concept that Barros didn't warn anyone that we were going to shift, so it's like, and now settling down for bed.
Well, as the shift finishes, it then would be considered for bedtime. Barros, you see a readout warning flash up, and Serpana kind of like also translates it for you, and she was like, just so you know, it does say here that this ship has been reported as missing. It's just giving us a warning that we may be boarded or intercepted en route. I don't think we've popped up on anyone's radars yet, but I think because we've recognized the Omphalos here, it's giving us an update on our current ship.
That's fine. Like I said, they question us, we tell them what happened, we show them the captain's logs.
Of course.
We've done nothing wrong, and their funeral, if they decide that we've stole it.
Another 8 hours will pass for you all, with alternating watches.
Cyrus sleeps in the mess hall this time.
2 D100 rolls, please. One for internal, one for external.
I'm not doing it this time.
I'll do it.
Looking awful last time.
On board is fine.
I'll do one.
Oh no. Oh.
It's quite a low threshold.
How much shit can go wrong?
The night goes off.
Plenty.
Doesn't vent the fucking ship until you all in your sleep. And you wake the next day. And as you do so, you all kind of rise and wake up. And Serpana announces over the intercom, you all might want to see this. And they mostly rush down to the mess hall. Like a lot of Kiana and Tylox have come down and looking out the windows in the mess hall. Fiona and Yasser are looking out the windows in the captain's quarters, and Barros looks up at the front bridge as well to see the huge.
Atlas helps whole tower up from the fucking.
You see the huge planet-sized satellite floating there, rotating around itself. You see the big ring, almost donut that kind of connects it all up across the middle, and from that you see the flat discs, all the other districts kind of all coming out from it itself.
That's no moon. That's a space station.
And you see, as you spot it, and then as you're getting close, you see the plotted course for the Chemnor disk. The Chemnor disk would be the Are disk, which you're heading towards. And as you get within maybe about a couple of thousand miles or so, you hear a beep 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 beep, and then you see healing coming on the main bridge.
I'll pop it up.
Human cutter-class ship Steel Horizon. Please be advised you are registered as a stolen vessel. State your business or risk being fired upon.
This is Barros Darkov from Lush. This ship was apprehended after it was found in the abandoned city of Tilm. We need to speak to whoever is in charge. We've come straight from there. We've got reports of a hostile takeover of the entire city.
Make me a persuasion check, Barros.
God, that's some slow dice.
Can I give him guidance?
Yeah, it hasn't come up my screen yet. Sure. Add a
Oh
D4
no, that isn't.
The suspense is killing me.
Add a D4 to it.
Pretty good.
Oh, 25.
25.
Plus, I'll throw a D4.
Yeah, just chuck the D4 at it. Why not?
It was teetering between a 19 and a 1, but it's like so slow on my screen that you really can't tell which way it's going. That's 2.
27 total. Understood. Do not power up your Starship drive. Continue on your set course. You are at a dock at dock 574B on the Chemnor disk. Security will await your arrival.
I'll turn to Atlas. Do you mind inputting that specific dock for us?
Yep, I'll get us there. Let's hope it goes better than the last time we were escorted by security somewhere.
Well, so we got into this mess in the first place.
Hey, maybe they'll have another biscuit snake.
Well, hopefully. It was such a disappointment about the last one.
But yeah, you set the course as instructed to dock 574B on
Yep.
the RA district. Sorry, not Chemnor. Habits die hard. But yes, you plot the course, and the ship begins to fly off in that direction. As you get close, you see the 3 amalgamate galleons kind of like come to meet you and escort you back towards the Omphalos itself. These huge, big vessels of a variety of designs. You see one that definitely looks to be elvish, so there's like long, spiraling, kind of like twisting, kind of like elements that kind of like come off it itself. You see one which is legitimately just like a fucking cube, definitely a dwarf ship.
Cube
They're just a
ship.
fucking huge ass cube.
Ship that's a cube.
Yeah, literally a Borg cube almost. And then the other one you see is this kind of like very like it looks like a medieval cannon. But it doesn't have any, like, it's not like it's supported by anything. It's just like a long cylindrical cannon. But the weirdest bit is the bit where the like you'd expect a cannonball to fly out of seems to be the front of the ship. It actually has like 2 big engines either side, left and right, very phallic looking, which Barros recognizes as a GIF ship. These big hippo people who love like muskets and grenades and gunpowder. And you would recognize this ship, Barros. This would be it's a galleon class, but it's a bombard. It was specifically it would be referred to as. The entire ship is just a huge ass cannon. And there's just like a bridge like attached to the side and engine. It's like they just took a weapon and just puts like the essential one there to make it fly, you know?
I like the idea that everyone's looking at this big dick ship, just looking at each other like, someone's gotta say it, right? Somebody's gonna... We're on a ship full of prostitutes. Someone's gotta say it.
Kiana's like, it's not about the size. And then docking rights are cleared for dock 574B. Steel Horizon, please engage when ready. And you see the magnets kind of like ready to clamp the ship down. Are you ready to engage,
Yep.
Barros?
Ready to engage.
Aye, aye, Captain. Engaging. And there's like a rhythmic like rumble of the metal on metal as the ship is magnetized in place and the engines just slow down to an idle and then cut off. Dock successfully.
Right. Time to face the music, convince these people we're not crazy, and tell our story.
Looks like they're sending out a bridge to the rear doors.
Oh god, let me go down.
Oh, quick.
And Atlas will just start sprinting down to get Tewa under control before those doors open.
And as this happens, you all kind of prepare yourselves to step aboard, step off the Steel Horizon and into the Omphalos itself. That is where we're going to stop for today. Thanks for joining us. Nighty night. Goodbye.